Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Boom, there we go. Sound on. Thank you, Sean, my man. Hurdles, but no stops. You feel me?
Oh my gosh.
Guys, again, we are here for Volkov versus Overeem on ESPN Plus. Links in the comments. We are in the third round of the second fight, Darius versus Vieira. Two grapplers, but they are banging right now on the feet. But Darius has kind of separated himself from his opponent with the grappling game. Let's see if Vieira is able to make any type of change to kind of swing the momentum, because right now he may very well be down 2-0 Very close first round, but a dominant second from Darius.
I can agree with that. Definitely, I think if he were to go down and maybe get more top mount positions, but right now he's just been on his back pretty much.
Absolutely. Oh, nice right hand from Vieira, though. But he is running scared, man. He has to make Darius respect his power. He has landed some shots, but nothing to make Darius stop pressing forward.
No, his distance isn't respected at all. I think he just feels comfortable moving in. He starts with a jab, and then he either goes for a hook or a cross. And I've seen him make him stumble multiple times.
Oh, nice kick. Oh, a little bit low. That body kick a little bit low. Vieira not going to take time. Of course, if there was a crowd there, there would be boos for some reason because they're angry at the man taking seconds after getting kicked in the knuts.
Oh, that was a very direct knuts hit. I thought it was like near his thigh.
Like I thought it was a little bit. It was a lot of it.
Oh my gosh. It always shocks me when like I play UFC and I like see them with tattoos and I'm like, oh, they don't really have that many tattoos.
Oh no, yeah.
They have all the tattoos.
MMA fighters got all the tattoos, bro.
It's so crazy to see them breathing hard, like they're gonna go to sleep, and then they're just like they're back in it.
Right, man. That's what separates the elite from the rest of the crowd. You're talking about two top 15 fighters in the deepest division in the UFC right now. So these guys gas tank. Ooh! As Darius lands a left. Vieira doesn't look fazed by it. Coming forward now. Just misses the knee. Darius tries to go for takedown. Misses. Vieira tries to make him pay, but doesn't. And eats a left for it.
Hits. It's like he has the right setup, but he's not executing it. Like his jabs are more wild.
Ooh. Darius straight down the pipe, though, man. He is.
It's very like accurate versus inaccuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. That left cross is landing with force, guys. Darius again showing the takedown. Unable to get it. Vieira, though, running scared, runs into the ref. Of course, guys, these are professional fighters. He is not scared, but he is not able to find any ground against Darius. Darius not backing up at all because he doesn't.
Time to plan at all.
He doesn't respect Vieira. Oh, Vieira lands a nice 1-2, but eats some for it, and Darius does not look phased. Nice jab to get on the inside for Darius.
It looks like he got a slice on the top of his nose on the right side. Oh
1-2 again from Darius. Darius is like sneakingly fast. Like he looks almost slow, and then you see how it lands, and like that must be coming at a crazy angle. Vieira like, now with Darius on bottom. Let's see if Vieira can create anything in this last 2 minutes.
Literally the leg situation, pushing up on the stomach, and then it just...
That's just great grappling, great awareness.
Because, yeah, RIP Kimbo Slice, but that was his breathing, where, you know, he could execute very early in the fight, but then towards the end...
Yeah, his cardio was not anything, you know, that got him famous. You know, that's not what he was famous for. Oh, there we go. Both men swinging in the box now.
Oh.
Nice knee for Darius as he eats a right hand for it, though. Vieira, you can tell there's no quit in him, though. He's still trying to win this. He just doesn't have, he just hasn't found the tool, if he has any, that works against Darius and his style.
Like I said, I think he's a good fighter. He's just one of those fighters that seems to get hit during his process.
What's crazy, though, is that he didn't eat that many hits against one of the best strikers ever in the division against Anthony Pettis. He looked great. He looked fantastic. He looked well-rounded. He looked like the next generation coming up. Dariush, old school in the game, but he has reinvented himself in these last couple of years. And you see now he's going back to what he's good at, what he was known for, the grappling. But his hands look crisp tonight.
Yeah, because it seems like he's not really anxious at all. Even when he was on the bottom, he just immediately knew, okay, I'm going to get to the top.
Absolutely.
I wonder why people do that. That's one part when, they're holding and then they try to put the legs on the back, but they jump up with them. Now, putting your legs on the back, I understand, but jumping up, that's the part that gets me. I don't know.
Yeah, so they're trying to get up and over. So they're trying to get up on the back just to get their legs hooked into in between their legs. They want to slide. They want to slide back. So that's what you see when they're doing that, and that's why you'll see the coach of the guy on bottom say try to shake him off, because you want to then shift your weight up and try to literally shake him off, because you see that he's high. Because if he gets back low and able to get in there with the legs, that's when you see them finishing those chokes like that. Dariush, I think, even though these judges are always crap, I think there's no doubt that he won at least 2 of those rounds, if not all 3.
Yeah, there's going to be 1 or 2 judges that don't give him one of those rounds.
Of course.
But he's definitely won all 3 of these. It was questionable in the first. The second one, he pretty much confirmed it. And third just seems like a continuation of the second one.
Right, exactly. Couldn't explain it better myself. That momentum never shifted from the second round on.
No, it was questionable in the beginning, and then he was just like, okay, I think he's pretty much figuring out how he fights at this point.
Yep.
Because I see him before, it looked like there was more hesitation. Now he's just kind of moving forward.
Yeah, definitely agree. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Solomon, take it solo real quick. I have to go grab the charger.
What's happening, peeps? Y'all seen people get choked out, punched on. That's pretty entertaining, We just got to keep it rocking, man. This is definitely a great lesson, though, that even if you prepare to go up top, they can immediately take you to the ground, and the entire fight just shifts from your whole game plan. So definitely be open to not everything going the same way, because boxing is definitely different. You're not going to really expect to get kicked in the face. So, this is, I definitely have respect for UFC fighters. Both of them like they in good shape, though. Yeah, very deserved. Very deserved. That was a very skilled fight. He won that fight literally with just skill. Anything else, I think the other dude was definitely a good fighter, but he just wasn't as skilled at all. When it came to groundwork, up top he was still getting hit with that 1-2 like multiple times.
How in the fuck do they justify giving Ferreira 2 rounds? 1 round maybe.
Wait, is that what
Yeah, that's what just happened. One of those judges gave the fight to Ferreira. Gave 2 rounds to Ferreira. What fucking 2 rounds? This is what we were just talking about. Guys, before the camera was turned on, when we were getting set up, my brother was like, yo, one thing about MMA, they got to get some new judges.
Because they're trash.
Yeah, because they're garbage. In what fucking fight were you watching that you gave that man 2 of those? What 2 rounds?
And 1 round was questionable.
One round.
And they gave him an entire.
They gave him 2 of them. What other one? The first round maybe, and it was close. First round was very close, guys. I'll give him that. The second was all Dariush, and the third, the momentum stayed with Dariush. There was no time where he was in danger. Ferreira got him down 1 time, not even with a real takedown.
He
Landed
didn't
a couple
even get
strikes.
more punches in any of the rounds.
Any of them. It doesn't make any sense. But guys, look at these stats. Significant strikes, 45-60 in the direction of Beneil Dariush. 52% significant strike accuracy, which is lights out, and 5 takedowns, 6 minutes of ground control compared to 40 seconds. Come the fuck on, judges. What are you doing? And now, guys, you know how it goes. If you watched me before, I'm going to turn the volume up. Hopefully you can catch it a little bit. We just watched these men put it all on the line. Let's listen to what the winner, Dariush, has to say.
Diego should have fought a top 5 guy. I should have got a top 5 guy. We have tough win streaks. We fought everybody. We never say no to anybody. But instead of giving us a top 5 guy, Diego, I still think he deserves a top 10 guy. Instead, they don't give us top. You know what?
He's going through it.
If I was Diego, I know I feel a little bit disrespected. So that's all.
Are you saying he's disrespected that him and Diego did not get top 5 opponents with the streaks they were on? We'll get into those streaks right after this. That needed a body. Look, it hurt him. It hurt him.
You can see it in their face. Sometimes they absorb it, other times.
Right. Darius, as surprised as we are that it was a split decision. But all respect for his opponent, which is that sportsmanship you were just talking about earlier.
I think it really does make fights when they have sportsmanship. I think when it's not, I'm like, oh, I want to see them fight again. Not really satisfied.
So now Darius tied for the second longest win streak in the lightweight division at 6. Only one with 8 at number 1 is Phil Bronx, a.k.a. Charles Oliveira. DC asking the all-important question, who Darius wants next. Please, Darius, don't say whoever's next. Please don't.
Listen, God gave me this victory. He gave me this shine. I'm not giving anybody this shine. If I give anybody this shine, it's going to be my Lord.
Darius say he's not giving anybody the shine. It's his.
I'm going to call out somebody. I'm feeling extra.
Oh, he's calling somebody out. Let's go.
Dana White.
Let's go.
I got a guy for you.
Let's go.
Perez. He's the best 125er in the world. Give him one chance. I don't want to hear anything about his age, how he's old. The guy looks like he could be my son. Cubans, man, they did age differently. He was an Olympian, one of the best guys in the world.
He's pretty much talking about his one of his teammates at 125 coming into the UFC. So he did not call anybody out. Said he did not want to give anybody the shine that he earned tonight. I don't mind that answer. It's when they say, I'm going to turn this down, guys. Benel De La Rouche, congratulations on that win. And thank you guys for coming to watch us live for UFC Fight Night Overeem versus Volkov on ESPN+. It's your boy, Mike Jesse MMA, as always, and I am joined by my brother, family, blood. We out here. Solomon, let them know who you are, brother.
All right, listen, feel me? We black, you know what I'm saying? Camera on, you know what I'm saying? But now look, y'all, feel me? We just getting straight to it. My name is Solomon, you know what I'm saying? We lit. Coming, new to the YouTube scene. Right now, we watching people get punched in the face. That's number 1 in entertainment right now. And y'all get to, you know what I'm saying, be a part of the adventure right now. Stay tuned.
Welcome. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Understand. Solomon, of course, guys, I know you asked me last time if I had any combat sports. I'm sorry, I was just watching Usman pounding somebody's face out.
Vicious.
As if I had any combat sports experience. I do not, but my brother to my right-hand side is training for an amateur boxing match coming up soon. Again, stay tuned. In the words of Solomon the Great. You understand?
Look, you know what I'm saying, man? Look, so I think COVID, it also worked in our favor because I was, doing boxing and it was like, it's okay, it's cool. But with the gyms getting shut down, it was just like, I have to become an animal. So I feel like once everything is back on, you know what I'm saying, definitely got to go crazy. I think it definitely made a lot of fuel for me to actually want to take things serious, though. Because at first, it's fun, and then you don't really appreciate it. But then when it comes, it's like, man, I got to show out.
Somebody said the mic volume is low. Give me a second, guys. Let me check and see if I can fix that for you. Solomon, keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep.
Stay tuned. Hello.
Yep, a little better.
Hello.
All right, cool. Hello. All right, just make sure we keep talking into the mic. Sorry, guys, if we're trying to talk to each other. Not used to the 2-person thing. As you guys know, growing, getting better. We out here. Thank you for joining. Yes, sir. Thank you, my man. Hey, that's what's up, bro. Get that dub. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, guys. I will keep you updated as he moves through the ranks in his upcoming amateur career. But right now, you are not worried about that. You are here for UFC Fight Night, ESPN Overeem versus Volkov. Guys, as always, give the video a thumbs up, a like. Follow me on Instagram for all my updates when I will be out here, which is a lot if you guys have not fucking noticed. 2020 went down a little bit. 2019, I was here every damn week. 2021, we are going to make goddamn history. How? I don't know, Solomon. That's how history works.
Stay tuned.
You don't know how you break it. You just break that shit. And it's documented. Because you know what? That's what the fuck history is.
And then you get somebody that's smart to documentary it.
Guys, I'm pretty sure documentary is not a word. But again,
You'll
not
get
why
it.
you're here. Let's go, guys. We were talking about Beneil Dariush and his win streak. He felt disrespected that neither him or Diego Ferreira got that top 5 opponent. He's a top 5. They were both top 15. Beneil Dariush specifically number 10. Let's see if he has a right to feel disrespected. First of all, 155 Solomon. Again, guys, Solomon is a boxing guy. You want to talk about him about boxing? He will talk your fucking ear off. MMA, he's out here. He's learning. Bear with us.
You're
going
gonna get color shorts. If their color shorts is black or red, look, y'all can hate me, but some of these names I refuse to butcher it, so I can pronounce short names.
Respect. So, guys, Dariush in his last fight, a first-round knockout of Scott Holtzman, nothing to shy away about. Before that, he knocked out Drakkar Klose. Again, guys, I'm talking about a guy who was known for years and years and years for his grappling, knocking guys out in highlight fashion 2 times in 2020. Before that, Camacho via submission in 2019. Drew Dober. Guys, I don't know if you are brand new to the sport. You might not know how fucking tough Drew Dober is, but he is not an easy out for anybody. Submitted within 2 rounds. Decision win against Moises in 2018. His last loss is in 2018 against Alexander the Great Hernandez. That was via knockout, but that is in 2018. Since 2018, he has been on the tear and just has another top 15 victory. Now, guys, I'm be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and go through these rankings in 155. I understand Dariush. I respect the fire, especially being an older fighter, being on that type of win streak in a division like that, growing his game the way he has from a submission artist to a grappling grinder to a knockout artist almost. I understand what he's saying. He wants top 5. But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this top 5 real quick in 155-pound division. And you tell me if he deserves a shot. And when I say deserve, guys, it's hard. Do they deserve it? All these guys deserve everything. They're putting it all on the fucking line.
Yeah.
And they are literally going against killers in that octagon.
And their career could be over any fight.
But there's 2 fighters going in that octagon. So when I say deserve, guys, I mean should that other guy sign a contract with your name on it? All right? Khabib Nurmagomedov, we're going to ignore him right now because he is, quote-unquote, retired as Dana White, and it depends on what day, if he believes it. But we're going to go with him being retired. Dustin Poirier is never accepting a fight against Beneil Dariush, right? Justin Gaethje, never accepting that. Charles Oliveira just turned down a fight with Michael Chandler, who's number 4, because it wasn't for a title. Do you think Charles Oliveira is going to take Beneil Dariush or Diego Ferreira on in a non-title fight? Absolutely not having. Michael Chandler said he is here for a good time, not a long time. He is not fighting a guy who's number 10 in the division after knocking out one of the top 10 most vicious strikers in the UFC
Conor
right now,
McGregor at 6.
Dan Hooker. Conor McGregor down at 6. You think Conor McGregor is accepting a fight against 2 dudes he probably doesn't know exist in the UFC? Rafael Dos Anjos, maybe. Rafael Dos Anjos, though, is older, the former champion, and I don't see him accepting that. Dan Hooker, maybe now off a loss, but he wasn't accepting that over a fight with Michael Chandler that he just took last week. Dan Hooker, I'm sorry, we just talked about Dan Hooker. Paul Felder. Paul Felder is a guy who might also be retired. He said he's retired. He said if it's exciting, he'll come back. But now Dariush isn't the name that's going to get him to come back. And then at number 10, you have Diego Ferreira. So, guys, again, I'm not saying Beneil Dariush and Diego Ferreira didn't deserve. And I'm sorry, I flipped that. Diego Ferreira is number 10. Dariush number 13. So he beat a top 10 guy. So I feel like he needs to be. It's hard to say gracious because, again, these guys earn fucking everything that they get.
Right.
But he got a top 10 opponent, and now he's going to be in the top 10. So now you can go after a Dan Hooker who's coming off a loss. Now you can call out a Rafael Dos Anjos if he doesn't get a high-level name. Or a big name who might be behind you, an ally, a Quinta, or Kevin Lee. But those names make those guys ahead of you excited if you get a win like that. But in this division, you need multiple top 15 fights before any of the top 5, 6, 7 guys are going to think about signing a contract. They all want to fight each other, and which is why he wants to fight them. But the division's just too goddamn stacked. Nobody except maybe Dan Hooker in the top 10 right now has any reason to accept a fight against Beneil Dariush. And, not for nothing, that man's fucking dangerous, Solomon.
I mean, as you've seen, because I thought, okay, when he gets off the ground, he won't be able to fight at all. But his handwork was pretty accurate.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's get into the chat, guys. Bernal was supposed to fight Oliveira before Oliveira got to Tony fight. I know that is. How crazy is that? And that's kind of why I love UFC and shit that you don't see too much in boxing because of all the promoters. We'll get into that another time, the Ali Act, etc. But guys, for Charles Oliveira to have a fight booked against Beneil Dariush and then get Tony Ferguson, who was, a lot of us thought, the best lightweight in the world this time last year before he suffered a couple losses. For him to get that, and now everybody's talking about Charles Oliveira being the number one guy, it sucks. But when you lose an opportunity against any opponent, you never know exactly how much that's going to be worth. So Beneil Dariush, that he might have thought he was just losing a fight to Charles Oliveira, maybe we'll book it later, but then he gets a win over Tony Ferguson. Beneil Dariush is probably 2 to 3 fights away from ever seeing Charles Oliveira ever again. It is crazy, man. Thank you for bringing that up. Hate how once someone reaches the top 5, people don't want to fight anyone in the top 5. Back in the days, you had to work your way through the rankings. He beat a washed-up Tony. Man, it hurts me to say a washed-up Tony, but it might be true. I want to see one more fight with Tony Ferguson, but he is on a skid, and he does not look like the same guy. Tony Ferguson's probably like 36,
Oh, so
37.
He's been doing it for a while.
So, yeah, he has been doing it for a while. He earned a real title shot a long time ago, but he just had a lot of bad luck. Gets injured at the wrong time. Things just don't fall through for him. It's wild. But, yeah, man, you are not lying. In the top 5, especially 155, you have to it's wild because all of them say, I want the guy ahead of me. But then while they're saying that, that means those guys behind you want the same thing, but you won't give them the opportunity. It's not the same anymore, guy. Dariush versus Kevin Lee. I love that fight. Of all the fights I talked about, Kevin Lee, you saw Kevin Lee fight a couple times. He's the young black guy. He has braids now. He has a gas tank problem, which is weird because he was such a high-level wrestler in college. Yeah. So you would think his gas tank was a little bit better, but he, like Charles Oliveira, who we were just talking about, was able to just stick with it, not allow him to get anything off early, and just wore him down and eventually finish the fucking fight. Tony Ferguson. Kevin Lee looked great against Tony Ferguson, but then took him down, wore on him, and eventually was able to finish him. Kevin Lee versus Dariush, in my opinion, a great fight for Kevin Lee to see where he is. He's been away for a while. He's been injured. 2 leg injuries, I believe, had to get surgery, etc. So once he comes back, if he comes back this year, him versus Dariush, my man, I agree with you. That is my favorite of those. It says a lot about both, but Dariush just asked for top 5. Will he accept a guy who's probably going to be ranked behind him come Monday?
It's crazy to think that they have surgeries and then they still come back. That's how you know who really, is passionate about the sport.
Yeah, exactly. And, before we get to this fight, my man says that for Oliveira to be top 5 by beating Kevin Lee and Tony, he should fight again before he gets a title shot. So, I don't disagree with you on the fact of did he get as hard of a road as, some top-level wins that Justin Gaethje got, Dustin Poirier, things like that. But looking at the rankings, if I'm Charles Oliveira, I would hold out if I was him just because he has the respect of the number 1 contender right now of Dustin Poirier. But if you're talking about as a fight fan, yeah, I would want for the next title fight, I'd probably want Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier in a rematch just to see what that looks like. I'm not as high on the Dustin Poirier versus Conor 3, but I would like to see Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler, and I would like to see Charles Oliveira, honestly, against anyone. Like you said, one more fight, I think he earns a title shot. But he is on a tear, bro. He is on a fucking tear.
So, didn't Conor McGregor knock dude out the first time?
He knocked Dustin Poirier out in the first round the first time.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, but it was so long ago. I think it was like 2013, 2014.
Oh.
They were 2 different people. And guys, I'm sorry. Let me switch over the stats. We are in our next fight. Pantoja versus Cape. Cape in the red shorts. Pantoja in the black. Let's go.
Whenever I see people trying to close the distance with hard leg kicks first, it always makes me wonder, like, why are you doing that? First do soft ones and see where your range is at.
Well, speaking of leg kicks, did you see what Dustin Poirier did to Conor with those leg kicks, man? That was a game changer. And for Conor to be such Pantoja coming in, throwing some bombs. For Conor to be such an OG in the game at this point, he's been in the game for a long time, guys, even though he's had a lot of inactivity. But for him to be so surprised, like he's never seen a leg kick, really kind of disappointed me a little bit.
I think, he definitely, sometimes you can be in it so long that I think he forgets how hungry certain fighters are.
A lot of people are saying that. And there's very few fighters hungrier than Dustin Poirier. No matter how many strives and how many obstacles that Dustin Poirier overcomes, he just has that underdog feel. Even if he's a favorite, he just has that, you fuckers think I'm going to lose. Watch this shit. And I feel like he uses it to put himself to the next level. And that man, even I keep disrespecting him. I didn't pick him against that counter fight. I almost never picked Dustin Poirier. It's really disrespectful. I think we need to understand that Dustin Poirier very well might be the second best lightweight in the world to Khabib Nurmagomedov. And because Khabib's retired, he might be the best fighter on the goddamn planet at 155, guys. Who the fuck thought I'd be saying that in 2021? Not
Put
I.
it on a t-shirt.
Not I. Put it on a t-shirt. I'd rock that.
Yo, I can't believe Khabib is out of here though.
Very disappointing. Yo, Patoja is just coming forward. Cape is going to have to do something to make Patoja respect his game. Those leg kicks. Yeah, I don't know the story of Patoja being number 5 against Cape. And actually, I need to go look at these rankings because I was unaware Patoja was ranked number 5 until just now. 125. That makes a lot of sense. Against unranked Cape. Let's see why he is in here against unranked fighter. It has to be a reason. It might have been a COVID mix-up. Did something happen to his original opponent? Or is this guy Cape just a prospect? Patoja still with all the forward pressure. Yeah, Cape making his debut. Very interesting. But again, it is the 125-pound weight class, not the deepest weight class. I think they only have about 25 active fighters on the roster. So maybe that's why. But yeah, number 5 against a debutant, I should say. That's rough. But the UFC does. Oh, those right hands from Patoja. Cape. Excuse me, guys. Cape has to do something to make Patoja respect him. He can't allow this guy to keep just coming forward with these leg kicks and these right hands.
Yeah, he just seems to keep closing the distance, and when they seem to reach a certain point, he just throws it too.
The two, of course, being that cross. You got to, we don't know who's watching.
I know they all play UFC.
A lot of people on here, man, honestly, on the chats, a lot of educated folk, a lot of fans. You see my man, I offer you this. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. I love it. But I always try to explain it, like we're talking to 3-year-olds, just in case there's other people on here that do not know what a 2 is. 2 is a cross, my man. 2 is a cross.
Stay tuned.
Patoja is swinging for the goddamn fences. Rooting for Cape just cause you get the chance to be an instant top 5. That's major. That's huge. You can only imagine the angst that this guy has right now. You can only imagine the butterflies, the octagon jitters are just exponentially multiplied for most fighters, I'd imagine, coming in there against a ranked opponent. That body kick from Patoja. Guys, when the toes gets under the sternum, that can hurt more than a shin across the gut, honestly.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, Cape just went for a Cabrera-type kick, which you've seen Tony throw a lot, speaking of Tony Ferguson. But not the wisest when you got a guy coming at you who's throwing real power, who's ranked, who's the real deal, and doesn't respect anything you're doing. That's not going to get him to respect you. But I get it. That knee. I'm not sure if it connected. Cape trying to work the takedown.
Oh, you're going to get it.
Patoja, guys, do you understand the fucking balance you need to not only be able to stay on one leg, but to have your other leg jacked up, your knee to your chin? Solomon, I wrestled in high school, bro. I promise you, if I get a guy's leg jacked up like that and I'm not able to trip his other leg out, I'm fucking terrified. Because what else do you want to do other than me holding your leg above your head and tripping the other one and you're still looking me in the face? There's a problem. I'm losing this exchange.
You're not even focusing on the strength. You're just focusing on the balance.
Unbelievable the balance that Patoja just showed. Guys, if you have wrestled at all, if you've even wrestled fucking around with your peoples, if you get someone's leg jacked up above their head,
oh, I got this.
Exactly. You feel like you got it. To be able to see that guy, Patoja, show you why he's number 5 in the world, and just keep his composure and keep that balance. They're like, I know you guys are like, why the fuck is he getting hyped about him hopping out on one, on one leg?
I don't understand it.
That shit is impressive. That shit is not easy.
And it's definitely when you notice the little things that the fighters do where you're like, look, if you actually try to do that.
Go ahead, guys, and have your boy at home jack your leg up above your fucking head. If you're even able to keep standing, then tell him to try to trip it out.
And if he's still up, run. Don't stay tuned, bro.
Here we go, round 2, guys. Cape, ooh, there we go. Cape is throwing some strikes. He's trying to get the respect. But Toha sees it. He is game. Let's fucking go. The fight starts now, guys.
He needs his hands up.
That body kick from Batoha. Cape showing some confidence, though. Look at him. I like the energy. I like it. Let's go. Cape doing some unorthodox stuff. I hope he doesn't get too showboaty because he is losing this fight. This is his debut. He wants to come in here with a win. I'm going to get into his background, especially if he wins, just to figure out how the fuck he made it onto a UFC main card fight, a number 5 guy. Really, really appreciate you pointing that out. It is really odd. But I suspect that maybe he's a regional champion. Maybe he's a champ from another smaller organization, LFA or something like that.
Do you think that he has a hitting power to win this?
To Cape?
Yeah.
From what I've seen, yes. That man's fast. He hasn't landed anything crazy, but the snap on his punches when he does land, that boy got power. Mm-hmm. And at 125, he's pretty fucking jacked.
Yeah.
That is a big 125er.
And it's really crazy because you're getting 2 people in the best shape that they ever been in, and you're just letting them fight. That's what's crazy to me about MMA.
Yeah, it's come so fucking far, guys. When guys used to not even understand what a training camp meant, these body kicks are going to wear on Cape. He can't keep allowing Patoha to just kick him in his sternum like that. Look at it. The toes right underneath, guys. That is connecting fucking perfectly. And then the 1-2 over the top. A nice jab. You see the snap on the jab. Quick, powerful. You got to keep going. Patoha is just hitting you like a punching bag now. He's not respecting you. You're not showing a lot of head movement, Cape. Not checking those leg kicks. He's absorbing a lot of damage, guys. I don't like what I'm seeing. You see he shuffled his leg. I think he's starting to wear.
Definitely.
You see him bouncing around. Yeah. He's starting to wear those leg kicks. He's trying to hide it. Nice leg kick of his own, but then eats a 2 for it. Eats another 2.
And he's hitting him right above the knee.
Another 2. That crosses lights out, Solomon. And I don't know if you notice, when Patoha is throwing that 2, he's landing on his right foot in southpaw for a second. So he's changing the look for a split second to make Cape think and not just react, and then switches back when he knows Cape is scared or hesitated enough to not throw anything behind it. Fucking masterful from Patoha right now. It is amazing.
What would you judge this right now?
I mean, right now it's all Patoha. Like, there's just no question. Look at that, too. Oh, there we go. Nice little combination from Cape. But he needs to keep that pressure. Nice jab. That snap on that jab, it's lightning fast, guys. Cape just needs to keep throwing. And it's not even that he's timid. It's just that Patoha is a fucking animal in there right now.
He's
Look at
very
those body
focused.
kicks.
Like,
focus is a good word.
Super in tune right now. I think when he moves in, I think you see an uppercut. When Cape, it always gets me because there'd be like this one move where it'd be like, you wouldn't be in there and just yell it.
Uppercuts are so underutilized. It used to be the jab. The jab was very underutilized in MMA. And then GSP, in my opinion, guys, there'd be a lot of people, debating about this. But for me, GSP, working with Freddie Roach, just brought the jab into MMA. If you guys remember him against Josh Koscheck, he closed Josh Koscheck's lead eye just from the jab. He fucked up his whole eye socket. It swelled shut. Didn't land much power the whole fight. We just jabbed him the fuck out.
Yeah, there was a
for
fight
5 rounds.
where the dude got slapped in the eye. We just seen someone get slapped.
Did I watch Bare Knuckle last night? Oh, we can fucking talk about a Bare Knuckle fight last night, brother. Yes, I did. Oh, my God. Oh, whew. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that. That BKFC card was so fucking fantastic. I was so happy I paid for it. You have no idea. I don't pay for cards a lot, guys, which is why I have links such as this. Whoop-pow! Wow, there you go. Free links for days. But I did pay for that card, and man, I got my fucking money's worth. I'll tell you what. Here we go, Cape. Now on the back. Patoha tries to roll out, loses his balance, falls on his back, and just kicks Cape off. Cape has to be pressing forward. If you have Patoha on his back, you have to be all over him. Cape is just not looking like the tenacity is what's lacking. He looks skillful. He looks like he has the skills and the tools to be making this competitive fight. He doesn't look significantly slower than his opponent. He doesn't look significantly weaker than his opponent. He doesn't even look like significant, like he's like sloppier like him. Like we saw Diego Ferreira and Benel Dariush just in the last fight. Dariush had the straighter punches, the crisper punches. Yeah. Cape has all that striking, crisp striking. He's just not throwing as much, as powerful, coming as forward as his opponent, and he's getting picked apart for it.
If I could describe it, it'd be like he needs to like mature in the fight. Like he's very nonchalant about these hits that could add up. Because it might not mean anything right now, but he needs to take it serious off rip. The other dude looks like, you hit me, I'm taking that very seriously.
Exactly.
I'm gonna kick you in your ribs.
Answering it with just 5-6 strikes. And as my man says, he is spamming those front kicks to the body. It is fucking crazy how much he is throwing those kicks to the body and is not being blocked. Like, that's the thing. Like, one thing throwing them, but Cape just doesn't seem to have the octagon IQ as of yet to be able to stop those from landing. All right, as those guys show some more sportsmanship, the hug, the touch of the gloves, and let's go round 3 of Patejo versus Cape at a third of 6 fights in this main card on UFC. Nice 2 from Cape and good head movement.
He needs to get very aggressive. I feel like he's getting these hits off and then he's stopping, and that little space of time is giving the other dude time to retaliate.
I really hope that his corner was telling him that he's down, and that he needs to finish, and he needs to put some fucking pep in his step. Yeah. And you see everybody on Twitter talking about they have it 20 to 18, Patoja. But of course, the way these judges are, who the fuck knows?
It's just, I would think people would learn from Khabib that mauling is almost how, we described how he kind of takes people down. When you get on someone and you have the advantage to end the fight, go crazy. I understand discipline, but you don't really get spaces of time where you have someone completely dazed.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be coming with that tenacity all the time. Of course, you have to be smart. I think a good example of that, Solomon, would be Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya is almost a counterpuncher, and I say almost because that man will come into you. That man will create opportunities if he doesn't see them. He's not just waiting for you like some guys. You'll see just staying cocked back with the strong hand, waiting. Maybe they'll throw a few jabs, but you see they're just waiting, holding that fucking strike. Adesanya is waiting for that. He's staying southpaw, so he is waiting for that left straight to come down the middle, for those kicks to come down the middle. But if he doesn't see those opportunities, he will create them. You saw Yoel Romero just stand there like this, waiting for Israel Adesanya to come up because he was a counterpuncher. Israel said, okay, I'll pick you apart with the leg kicks because he's creating whatever opportunities he can. Cape is waiting, but he's eating a lot of punches, not countering very hard, and still not throwing his own offense. I don't understand what the fuck is going on, but this young man needs to get a fire put under his ass because he needs to do something. It seems like he has the tools. With guys, I've seen people be overmatched. This guy looks like he can fight. He looks like he has all what he needs. And look, as Patoja just voices forward.
Like, honestly, it's like, I feel like you can't really make someone want it that bad. You think, oh, this is your first real big, you should go crazy, but it's almost like, oh, I'm going to fight this like a normal fight. It's not a normal fight. I'd rather see him get knocked out trying to do his best than, giving it a good show. Of
course, always easier for us to say.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, if you want to UFC, this is a competition, and they don't owe you another contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not easy to stay with the UFC, especially in 125. I told you, there's only about 25 fighters in this goddamn division because they cleared it the fuck out because it's not that popular. You got to show them that they need a reason to keep you. And right now, look, I liked it. I liked a little bit of showboating. I like the energy, but you can't do that while you're getting punched in the fucking face and kicked in the fucking body for each and every round.
And he's not reacting to any of it.
You have to show that you have that tenacity in your game to be aggressive. You can't just show that, okay, I got hit, so now I'm going to do the shimmy real quick. That's not how you do it, young man.
It doesn't build any respect for distance at all.
And Patoja, look at that look in his eyes. God damn, that man looks like he is on a fucking mission. It is the third round. He's up 2 rounds, but presumably by a lot. And then but look at him. He doesn't look like a man who's trying to breeze through the next round. He looks like a man waiting to kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he looks very in shape. Like,
oh, he looks in great shape, great gas tank. And at 125, we expected these little guys. If nothing else, they can move and they can keep moving. Great leg kick from Pantoja. Nice body punch from Kate.
it's just
Like I said,
very loose.
he has good striking. Blocked that kick, didn't let him get full extension on it, but he should have followed up with a right hand. Again,
This has to do with your corner too, because he can be going back to his corner and, oh, we look like you got that round. And, oh, I guess I'm comfortable.
Right.
You don't know 10 minutes just passed.
Right.
You know, you think you're winning this fight.
that's why I really wanted to listen to what Cape's corner said. Nice 1-2 from Cape, but now he's eating some, and okay, look, now he's fighting back. But you can't only fight back when you're getting punched in the face. You got to create it too.
Especially when you're not winning the fight.
That's the thing. He looks like he's having fun in there, which is cool.
But he needs to win.
You got to throw fucking caution into the wind at this point. Look, landing nice shots, nice power. Both men landing now.
Is this 5 or 3 round?
3 rounds.
Yeah.
Non-title fight, non-main event, 3 rounds. Nice takedown attempt. Gets his back. Let's see what he does with it.
Wow.
Oh, nice knee
That
from
was
Pantoja.
crazy.
Jeez. And then fucking the 1-2s just coming crazy. Cape trying to work a takedown, but there's only 10 seconds left. You're not going to win the fight trying to work a takedown that you couldn't land before. And those elbows from Pantoja just never let up.
He needs to put his hand down.
What a great showing from the number 5 ranked Pantoja. Absolutely.
His focus and determination to win that fight was just very obvious.
Talking about uppercuts, they are like a main staple in bare knuckle. Man, so get into the bare knuckle, guys. The bare knuckle card was so fucking amazing, guys. There was like 8 bouts on the main card. It lasted for like 4 hours, but there wasn't a lot of like talking in between the fights. They kept them coming just like this. And when my man over here is talking about, like he said, I was making uppercuts and how much they're a staple in bare knuckle. Paige Van Zandt, a very popular fighter on Instagram, left the UFC for bare knuckle boxing.
Oh.
And not everybody, a lot of people were just thinking, all right, UFC, high caliber, she's about to just beat the hell out of her opponent.
Right.
But it's different. As I said, the uppercut not used a lot in MMA. In bare knuckle, they're just the straight hooks. And when I like not looping hooks from the outside, I mean inside, in the fucking phone booth, just straight hooks. And then the uppercuts in the clinch, also holding the dirty boxing clinch, holding them behind their neck and throwing those uppercuts were just fucking nonstop during that card. Every fighter that came out with the victory, especially the finishes, were working the dirty boxing, working those uppercuts, and working those short hooks. It's just, you're allowed to do so much more clinching than you are in boxing.
Yeah.
In boxing, you can't grab behind the neck. You can't put that weight behind the neck. But it's almost like you should be doing it in bare knuckle, because as long as you have an active clinch and keep throwing punches, they allow you to tie you up.
Yeah,
they allow you to use that dirty boxing. Yeah, then they break it up. But you keep those uppercuts coming, yeah, it's just night and day difference of the type of striking that you need between boxing, MMA, kickboxing, and bare knuckle. People just think, okay, there's people punching each other in the face. It's all the same across all of them. It's so fucking different.
Yeah,
with
them
face
little
Van
bit
Zandt
of
learned.
rules are just...
It's the rules. Chael Sonnen, a longtime legend, he'll tell you, as you see a lot of great sportsmanship, I think Pantoja just telling Michael Cape, keep your head up. Don't let this ruin your confidence, your drive to become great. As a man over here said on YouTube, that it's experience that Cape is lacking. And I agree. There's a reason why he got this fight, I'm sure. I'll dig into his background later. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. There's a reason he was here, obviously. Again, he looked like he had all the tools, but he just didn't know how to pull the trigger. He's going to go one of 2 ways, guys. This is either going to build him,
Or
make
it's
him
gonna
hungry,
break
make him like a
down.
fucking tenacious, evil man in the octagon the next time we see him, or it's going to take his confidence, make him think he's not good enough, and he's going to look like a shell of himself even in his next fight. We'll see. I'm personally excited to see both men in their next bout, though.
Yeah, because the fact that this is, one of his big fights, and, he was dancing, very loose with his hands, you know. I'm surprised, not saying in a bad way, he could have got knocked out.
Yeah.
From some of the fights, some of the hits he was taking, but he definitely had the skill where it was like, if you just had these little bit of changes,
Yes.
not only would he win this fight, he would dominate the entire fight.
I really wish we could have listened to the coaches. I wanted to see what his corner was saying. If his corner was giving him great advice, cool, kudos to him, right? Maybe he just didn't listen. Maybe he just didn't pull the trigger. Experience, octagon drills, first time against top 5. There's a bunch of reasons why you just maybe not perform at your best. That shit happens. Y'all sipping or not? My brother right here is not 21, so he is not me. I am a little older in the game, you understand?
Sipping on that water.
I am indeed, got a little bit of water, a little bit of coffee, and a little bit of whiskey. You know what I mean? The trifecta, brother. Staying hydrated, staying alert, and staying loose. Guys, as always, let me listen to what Pantoja has to say. I'm going to turn this up real quick. Hopefully you can hear it. If not, I'll try to give a little bit of, Cheers, brother. Pantoja just talking about his roots from Brazil, how far he's come.
But now I'm here, and this is special for me, and this is for all the people who come to me when I'm young and say, hey, I'm going to see you UFC. Now I'm here.
He said this for all the people that believed in him when he was younger.
He got 4 shoulders.
He's in great shape. He's in great shape. And that's a nice tat. It's a nice arm piece.
Sure.
DC talking about the accuracy of Pantoja, which was lights out. Those kicks to the body, those 1-2s, those combinations.
Well, he definitely landed a lot of the punches he threw.
Talks about his background in Muay Thai. Said he's coming in looking for a fight for a champion, thinking about the champion, Figueiredo. Someone tell him to teach Figgy English. Yo, if Figueiredo keeps on the run that he's been on and he learns English, superstar. We saw the lack of English hold all those superstardom back, even though he was great, he was amazing, but never was able to cross over to American fandom and international fandom by never learning English. But yeah, Figueiredo can do that. It would be something.
How tall is he?
Not sure.
That was like
Him just reaching out and speaking to his home of Brazil in his native language, Portuguese. And guys, I don't know if you realize, but slow and steady, Brazil is coming the fuck back onto the map for MMA. They used to be top of the game. It'd be hard pressed not to find a top 5 or top 10 list in any division where you didn't see one or several Brazilian fighters back in the day. I mean, you got the Shogun Ruas, you got the Anderson Silvas, you got the Fabricio Verdum, you got the Axe Murderer, Vanderlei Silva. The list goes on and on and on. Aldo, just a bunch of great Brazilian fighters. It has kind of dropped off as of late in the last few years, but slow but steady, these young Brazilians are starting to make a name for themselves, and it is really exciting to see because, of course, this is where it all started. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners and creators, the Gracie family bringing MMA to the world, pretty much just trying to show that their sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu could beat every other martial arts. That is where it started, so I always love to see Brazil being in there in the mix. It is good for the history of the sport. It's good for the country, and it's good for everyone, in my opinion, man.
they probably bring a lot of fighters, and I've realized a lot of training camps are definitely off in very different places than I thought they would be. I think being younger, I was thinking, oh, mostly they're going to be in just a gym, normal, in town, something. But there's a lot of people that are training on islands and just very you can tell that there's different races and ethnicities that come into this sport.
Absolutely, man. International is not even the word for the sport anymore. It is goddamn universal. It is so crazy how far this sport has come within the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years.
And just keep seeing it get better.
If you guys, I don't know how old everybody is that's watching, if you guys were out here watching the cassette tape of UFC 1 through 5 like I was, man, that was literally just people out there from the street talking about, yeah, I boxed before, yeah, I did some karate, yeah, one guy with one fucking glove and one free hand out there trying to beat a guy who's 8 feet tall, fat, and comes from a sumo background. Fucking amazing, fucking crazy to see how wow this sport has come in less than 30 years, man. It is amazing.
Wow.
Let's get into the chat a little bit. Paige Van Zandt did better than I expected. She knew exactly what to do once the clinch happened, but Hart was beating her to the punch. So here's what I'm going to say against Paige Van Zandt. I think it was a lot like we just saw against Cape. I can't say she did better than I expected because I thought she was going to win that fight. I thought she had experience. I thought she's tough as nails, which a lot of people don't give her credit for. We're talking about a girl who once got her arm broken by, excuse me, guys. I am sipping. I got a little, indigestion. A little old in the game, Let me pace myself. You understand? But Paige Van Zandt, having her arm broken from blocking a kick and finishing the fight. She is tough. Yeah, she's tough as nails. She's, she has the whole Instagram persona, cute girl or whatever. So she doesn't always get the respect that she deserves of toughness. Yeah. But I thought she really was going to make the changes that she needed from the MMA to bare knuckle to win that fight against someone who with only 3 to 4 fights of bare knuckle experience in her opponent, Brianna Hart, I believe her name is. So I won't say she did better than I expected, but she did do good. She didn't look great. Her last round was the best round. She looked like she started to understand. As we talked about earlier, the uppercuts and the short hooks being so fucking important. Yeah. I feel like she trained for a boxing bout. I feel like she was ready to jab on the outside. I feel like she was ready to land some hooking, some more looping power punches and have that girl feel her power, her skill, her footwork. And she did look good very early on. But what she wasn't expecting, in my opinion, was for when she clinched, which she initiated some of the clinches, the dirty boxing, the hand behind the neck, the putting pressure and bringing the head down. She initiated some of it. But when she was holding Brianna's neck, Hart was just throwing hooks, throwing uppercuts, non-stop. I think that is something that clearly Paige Van Zandt did not train for. Not her fault. She doesn't, she's not like she's with a bare knuckle boxing gym. It's not like you can even find a lot of gyms that cater to bare knuckle boxing and maybe even have bare knuckle boxers. It's not as big as MMA and not anywhere close. So I understand the training has to be difficult. Is it her first fight? I think she did good. I'm not going to say great, but she did good. It was a good showing. It was respectable. She showed a lot of heart.
How's pain for bare knuckle boxing?
So you don't get concussions easily because there's not as much surface area hitting your head, so you're not snapping back as much. But your face gets cut the fuck up. Your hands get battered and broken. Almost every card I've seen in BKFC, I've seen people's at least one fighter have broken hands afterwards. This card I didn't hear of anybody breaking their hand, but it is a usual thing. You're hitting people full force often with your bare hand. There's a reason why people wear gloves. You know what I mean?
I'm saying, like, do they get paid more for?
The pay?
Yeah.
It depends. Paige Van Zandt probably got paid a shitload. Yeah. I'm assuming that she got paid somewhere between the $300,000 and $800,000 range, which is really good for her level of fandom. Maybe she got paid more. Who knows? There's a reason she went to them and not UFC promotion. I'm sorry, a UFC. Here we go. I sound like a goddamn casual. Not a mixed martial arts promotion like Bellator or PFL or something like that. So I'm sure they paid her out the fucking wazoo. So I would think definitely in the 6 figures, Paige Van Zandt got paid. But her opponent, much less. I'm perfectly sure much, much less. Those guys don't get paid lights out. Once in a while for a main event fighter, a big name like an Artem Lobov, who just has the name recognition from training with Conor. Things like that. Paulie Malignaggi, who used to be a professional boxer and a former champion. So those guys get paid a little bit more, but it's not going to make you, rich overnight. Bare knuckle boxing. Paige Van Zandt looked good. I was happy with her showing, but I think she's definitely going to grow. She'll grow. She has a multi-fight contract, and I can't wait to see her in her next fight. The first clinch from Paige started spamming the uppercuts, and I was like, oh shit, she actually knows what to do. Yeah, she looked like she knew what to do a bit. She looked, really good. But Brianna Hart just looked like she was, her experience level was here in bare knuckle, and Paige was right there in a level underneath.
Let me use the bathroom real quick.
Yep. Can't wait for Moreno rematch. Moreno versus Figueiredo rematch. I cannot fucking wait either. That's going to be fantastic. Let's go Michael Johnson. Yeah, man, I'm going for Michael Johnson too. I think Clay Guida's a hard out, though, for anybody. Clay Guida, go ahead and look at that man's record. You'll be surprised. You'll be like, I don't remember him getting those wins. He's got wins over the like of Nate Diaz and I want to say Anthony Pettis. Let me go look at Clay Guida's career, guys. I'm also going for Michael Johnson. No, I am a fan. One of my favorite fights ever in the UFC is Clay Guida versus Justin Gaethje. That was a goddamn war. Clay Guida coming off a loss to Bobby Green. But Bobby Green has been on a nice little tear. I think he's like 3-1, 4-1 or something like that. 2019, a win over BJ Penn. lost to Jim Miller. So he's got a lot of losses as of late. Lost over Oliveira 2018. But win over Joe Lozon. Win over Eric Coach. Lost to Brian Ortega at 145. And here we go, round one of Clay Guida versus Michael Johnson. Win over Anthony Pettis. Win over Takanori Gomi. Win over Nate Diaz. Win over Rafael Dos Anjos. Like, don't sleep on Clay Guida's record. A lot of us forget, including me, because it's been a while since he had a real significant streak. But that man is fucking savage. But Michael Johnson, his striking, when he's on, he has some crazy power for his size. Clay Guida, you never know his style that he's going to come out with. You saw Michael Johnson just landed a very nice and crisp left hook. Clay Guida lands a right hook of his own. Both men light on their feet. Both good grapplers. I give Clay Guida the nod, though, in the grappling. In the striking, Michael Johnson a nod, but both very well-rounded. Clay Guida landed some nice power shots, though. That head movement. Guys, they are just fucking swinging. I'm not going to sit here and call out every single punch, but holy goddamn, they are swinging in the phone booth. Great overhand right from Clay Guida. Just biting down on the mouthpiece. Nice cross. Oh, and the head kick followed by a right hook from Clay Guida. Landed a nice short right hook just now as well. Going for the takedown. Has the single leg. He has Michael Johnson against the fence. You want to see him switch to the double. Try to get those hands locked behind the legs and then scoop him up. Holy shit. First fight I ever saw was Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler like 10 years ago. Whoo! Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler is fucking all-time great fights. What a fucking brawl. Was smoking with my friend and his big brother had UFC on when walked in, instantly hooked. That's dope. That is fucking fantastic. I love hearing how people get into MMA because it is not as mainstream as I would like. Paige got a big bag, probably got a bunch of that Arnold Lobov, Paulie money. Yeah, I think they backed up the Brinks truck as much as they could for Paige. That is their biggest acquisition to date, in my opinion. Clay Guida now with top pressure on top. I believe he's in half guard, but I need this camera angle to switch. Now he's in half, and he's trying to put his knee over the stomach of Michael Johnson so he can go into the mount, full mount. Unable to, though, Michael Johnson able to work the underhook on the left side and get up with his back against the cage. Nice body. Nice knee to the body for Michael Johnson to Clay Guida. Clay Guida returns with one of his own. Both men just working against the face. Clay Guida able to bring that knee up. Pummeled in, got the underhook on his left side, and then spun Michael Johnson around. Ate a knee for it, though. Michael Johnson creating separation. This is a goddamn barn burner. Head kick again for Clay Guida. Oh, knee from Michael Johnson. That left cross is lights out tonight for Michael Johnson, who has had the straighter, crisper punches tonight. But Clay Guida with no shortage of looping, hard hooks and head kicks, which head kick is a new dimension of his game. No one speaks of Clay Guida and talks about his head kicks. That is not something he's known for. Guys, apologies. I'd be getting into it. Fight started, and I forgot to get the stats for you.
Oh my gosh, so like they were punching. Heard you out here snapping.
I try.
Came up here, they look stressed. Bro, bleeding.
Oh, that right hand lands flush. Isn't that a 3-punch combination from Michael Johnson? Guys, I have no idea why, but UFC is not updating their stats. Apologies. Nothing I can do about that one. Another right hand from Clay Guida.
Oh my gosh.
They are throwing crazy power punches.
These are grown men throwing bangers.
Ooh, right hand from Clay Guida. That looping right. Ooh, another one. That looked like it hurt Michael Johnson a bit. God damn, what a round. I think Clay Guida took it, having the harder strikes and also that takedown, but fuck, that was a close round.
Did they start off aggressive?
Yeah, they absolutely did. Both men came out the gate swinging. Not swinging, swinging. That is a Mike Jessley MMA trademark.
Swinging.
If you're wondering how to spell it, it's with an A. It's with an A. A-N-G. You know what I mean?
You gotta have like
Swinging.
3 G's in there.
There might be 3 G's, so I mean, you never know because it's a trademark. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a meme now.
If I see this Damian Lillard rapping commercial one more time,
If I see one more of him rapping at all,
you ain't know Damian Lillard had bars?
no. I've never listened to a Damian song in my life.
Not gonna lie, I listened to one song.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as you would think.
Bro?
Yeah, he's really not as bad as you would think. Like, you think, oh, NBA dude, he's just bored with some money.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit that.
Yeah.
But that man can rap a bit. You know, he's definitely not horrible.
Is it like old school? Is it like, or he got some like?
He's not, you know. Take a listen. Take a listen.
Right.
Take a listen.
All right.
Guys, I got the stats up. You're welcome. It's like, no, let me see.
Yo, this dude is throwing overhands out of.
If Michael Johnson can't beat Clay Guida, he's cut. Very possible. I'll get into Michael Johnson's record as of late to see how true that is. But even if he's not cut, if he can't beat a Clay Guida, Michael Johnson being so competitive, he takes this very seriously, guys. And he's not here just to show up. So yeah, if he can't beat Clay Guida, he might want to rethink some things because he is coming off a few losses. His last win, I believe, 2018 against Artem Lobov. Not a great win, as Artem is no longer in MMA. Loss over Josh Emmett, which was not a good one, KO. Loss over Ray. Did he win that Moises fight? Clay Guida with Michael Johnson backed up against the fence, working that single leg. Michael Johnson with a great sprawl, though. Yeah, he did lose via submission second round his last fight. Not great. Clay Guida just with that pressure against the fence, making Michael Johnson work, hoping he's expending more energy than Clay Guida is.
That was a good defense.
Michael Johnson, yeah, absolutely. The hips, able to shift the hips out, break the grip of Clay Guida. Clay Guida still has that leg, but he is not able to switch to the double leg. Now, here's what I don't like. I don't like Michael Johnson putting that left leg behind the right leg. He needs to keep them spread out like he does now. Clay Guida not able to get underneath at all. Michael Johnson needs to get off his knees, though. It's not where you want to be. There you go. Up on his feet again. Clay Guida pressing forward, just unrelenting pressure. But Michael Johnson doing everything he needs to do, keeping his hips centered, keeping his weight down, keeping his legs spread apart, and now able to just step over Clay Guida. And as Clay Guida walks right into a knee. But all forward pressure from Clay. Michael Johnson has to try to get him off. And now I say make someone respect your power. Hard to do that against a fucking savage, psychotic man like Clay Guida. Clay Guida doesn't give a fuck. You need to put that man asleep or he's coming forward.
He
There
got
is no
kneed
other
in his
direction.
face and just kept it pushing.
Yeah, that would have backed a lot of people up. Clay Guida working that single leg again.
Really trying to isolate that leg.
Dominic Cruz talking about Clay Guida putting a bet on his energy just being more than Michael Johnson's going for these takedowns. I disagree. All right, I'm not questioning Dominic Cruz, one of the greatest men to ever step foot in the octagon, but I don't think it's a gamble as much because Clay Guida we've seen him go 5 rounds at this pace. I don't think it's a gamble. I think it's simply his style. Go forward, pressure. Go forward, pressure, because he trusts his gas tank against anyone in the world. I don't think that's as much as a gamble as an assured thing since he's always done it. I've never seen Clay Guida be tired.
Yeah, he really seems to be comfortable, like he's used to being in these situations.
Absolutely. Forward. That's the only thing Clay Guida knows how to do.
You could tell certain people when they're fighting if that's their type of style because they'll almost be learning as they're going.
Absolutely.
He seems like, okay, I'm kind of in my zone. It can either go for him or just not.
He's looking very comfortable. Michael Johnson, in my opinion, needs to separate. Clay Guida is the more active man in these clinches, and Clay Guida is the one trying to take it down. If you're Michael Johnson, create some separation. You are landing crisp punches from outside. It's when Clay Guida is coming in and landing these power shots and then creating off those power shots the grappling exchanges. That's not what Michael Johnson wants. Look at that. Great cross, but nice looping hooks. Those hooks from Clay Guida are landing. And it's off of those straight crisp punches from Michael Johnson. I'm not sure what change Michael Johnson has to do. Maybe as he's doing it, he needs to be moving and shifting and doing and like changing levels so that his head's not in the same spot when he's throwing those punches as it was in the last punch that he's thrown. So guys, if you hear what I'm saying, head movement is important, of course. But even when you're throwing, you don't want to every time you throw your punch, your head be here. All right. So even though you're having that head movement while you're doing your defense, if you're throwing a punch and your head's right here every time, that person's going to time it. Do I have to eat a jab to know that your head's going to be there when you throw it? I'll take that jab. I know your head's there. I'll eat the jab, and I'll trust that this power is going to translate through the jab and land and do more damage on you than you did on me.
Right.
That is what Clay Guida is trusting, and he's been right for 99% of the time during this fight. He's eating those jabs, and as he's throwing those punches, like I said, Clay Guida is not a lights-out striker. Yeah. But what Michael Johnson is doing is saying, hey, when I throw these straight punches, my head is going to be here. Do you want to hit it? Clay Guida said yes.
He said, I accept. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Solomon, you tell me you are the more experienced striker of us two. Is that what I'm seeing? Am I calling it correctly?
Look, because honestly, what's getting me is that Johnson has a solid jab. He's landing on the chin every time, but sometimes when people, they think, okay, because I'm landing, it's not that they're not respecting it, we're just fighting like this. Because they don't see. Sometimes when you're in it, he's probably like, he only sees the struggle. I'm hitting him, he's coming. But the coach, that's where the quarter needs to come in and be like, listen, you have a jab, but then what's happening after that? You're just giving him something to bite off of. And he's hitting you harder.
Exactly. A great jab is good, but if you're not doing anything behind it, and again, keeping your head on that center line, that's not what you want to do. When you see Clay Guida has made strides in his boxing and is just hitting you with those power shots. My man Mystic, what the fuck is up? Welcome. Thank you for joining, brother, as always. My man with the predictions, 4 days, 100 out of 100. Don't keep count. That's fucking fact. Numbers don't lie. Quick math, 1, 2, 3 equals 1, 2, 3. Understand?
Sometimes I wonder, like, why does 2 + 2 = 5? Like,
Here we go with round 3. Michael Johnson for Clay Guida. And Michael Johnson coming out looking like he knows that he is down 2 rounds to none, in my opinion.
oh my God.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to get to you in the chat. Talking about these fights, talking about those last fights. A lot going on right now. In between these fights, I will get to the chat. You know I'm not going to forget about you. I love you, baby. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Don't worry.
Look, stay tuned. Drop a like, y'all. Tune in.
This is a goddamn dog fight.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what a nice cross. And Clay Guida did not like that.
I literally noticed when he was stumbling a little bit, it was on one leg. This time he went for that leg, and it seems like he was more successful instead of off of the strong one.
Now let's see if Mike Johnson can keep his back against the cage, pummel in for the underhook, and work himself back up to standing position. He has the overhook on the right side. Cool, fine, love it. He has the wizard, which is pretty much you have an overhook on their underhook side, right? Fine, but you see on his left side, he needs to work that underhook because right now Clay Guida is using his right leg to go underneath and grab Michael Johnson's right leg from underneath him. What he wants to do is either get wrist control as he's doing right now with his left hand or get underneath and jack that up from underneath his armpit. Jack that up so he can't keep reaching under for that leg. Clay Guida sees that, changes level position, and now just wraps himself around that leg. It has to be fucking annoying to have someone as tenacious. We were talking about tenacity earlier, guys. No one as tenacious. No one as tenacious in the UFC as Clay Guida. He's on that leg and wants to fucking take it home.
Yeah.
That's how he's holding it. It's not even like he's in a great position for the takedown. He just won't let go of that fucking leg.
It really gets me sometimes because I don't know. I feel like if people would study it more too, I wish fighters would do it. When you have someone's ribs so exposed, to me, I feel like a lot of people have different fighting styles. If I was ever to go down, for me, I would love opportunities of when you're just isolated. Like, usually standing up, you have to deal with someone having hesitations, all this. But if you're sitting on me, you're just offering all of this. And if you know where to hit someone, you don't even have to be heavy-handed. Hitting a certain place on people.
Yeah.
I wish people would just take more advantage of that.
What you see a lot now is when people go for the takedown and they're keeping their head pressed up against the person's hip, which you're supposed to do, right? You'll see the person who's about to get taken down hit these crazy angle elbows, right? So as you said, I would love to see if when they're doing that, someone elbowing right down under his ribs.
Yeah.
I would like to see someone try to take advantage. Clay Guida now with the back, and he has both hooks in. That is underneath the chin. He's going for a rear naked choke. Michael Johnson in danger. He needs the hand fight. He's trying to fight those hands, but it's so fucking deep right now. Let's see what he can do.
Oh, no.
You don't want to see someone with the experience of Clay Guida on your back with the body triangle. Michael Johnson, make no mistake, he's in danger. Right now, he's rolling to the wrong side. When you have someone with a body triangle, you want to roll to the side that the foot's on. So that's the left side. You want to roll to the other side. Michael Johnson's rolling to the incorrect side. He is tightening the squeeze on his body right now. And he's trying to hand fight, but you have Clay Guida with the left arm underneath the chin. This is very bad for Michael Johnson.
It's going down.
Michael Johnson able to get out of it, though. Let's go. He needs to roll to his left side to break that body triangle if he has any hope of getting up into the last minute. I think it's 2-0 Clay Guida. Some people on Twitter are saying it's 1-1. But right now, Clay Guida is about to run away with this round.
Oh, my gosh. And he has the leg locked under the knee. He definitely has the bottom of his body,
Michael Johnson needs to roll to his left side. You see that foot, Solomon, of Clay Guida?
Yeah.
You see how he has that lock? The only way to break that lock is to roll to the side of that foot because that makes space in between the back of his knee and the foot. When you're rolling the other way, that guy still has all the control in the world. That body lock's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that body lock's not going anywhere. It's doing a fucking bunch. Okay, now Michael Johnson's rolling to the right side. He needs to roll through. He needs to pull separation.
Ah, look at that knee.
There you go. But he needs to simultaneously hand fight. It's hard. It's so hard. When the body lock got introduced to MMA guys, I don't know how long you've all been watching. The body lock got popular about 4 to 5 years ago, and it's getting really used almost every time someone gets on the back now. It's fucking amazing, but the way to beat it is to roll to the foot, fight the hands up top, and use your legs to fight that lock and kind of create separation in between the foot and the back of that guy's knee. It's super hard to do. It's easy for me to say, but goddamn, when you see somebody with it tight, it's cutting off your airway, not allowing you to take those deep breaths, and just gives you so much to fucking fight. You're fighting the lower body of your opponent. You're fighting the upper body. And you're in a position where you might get choked the fuck to sleep. Even if they don't get under chin, they might crank your jaw.
I really think
it's just
that,
dangerous.
Seeing people in those type of locks is one of the most scariest positions because you always ask yourself, what would I really do?
Yep.
In that scenario, and it's really off of you're either going to get lucky off of some of your moves, but if it's too tight.
Yeah, lights out. Exactly. Now let me get to this chat a little bit. Again, Mystic, my man. Thank you for coming by, bro. What's going on? How you doing? Damn good round one. Damn good fight. That was a great fight. Absolutely. What do you think the outcome of this fight will be? Woo, got to that one a little late. Apologies, brother. I had Michael Johnson, if you were watching, before the fight started. I did have Michael Johnson to win this fight. Clay Guida proved me the fuck wrong. If Michael Johnson can't beat Guida, he's going to be cut. I think Michael Johnson might be cut. Maybe his name recognition keeps him. But, man, he needs to rethink his career at this point. Guida's a vet, and he can't drop another dub. He got the W here, guys. Guida's chin is granite. Yeah, for real. That is a hard man to fucking finish.
Oh, yeah, because he was getting hit with a lot of shots.
Oh, yeah. He got hit with some really good ones. Straight caress Guida's. Smart win by Guida. Absolutely. What a fucking fantastic showing by Guida. His striking looked evolved, guys. You don't always say that by a guy who's been in the UFC for almost 20 years in Clay Guida. But head kicks. I've never seen Clay Guida land so many head kicks, and he looked good. Look at him. He's fucking hype. He could go 2 more rounds easy. This guy's gas tank's lights out. 30-27. So the judges agreed with me. All 3 rounds for Clay Guida. Looks like they finally got one right because there's been some crazy-ass split decisions on his card where I thought it was, a no-brainer of who won the fight. But, yeah, all 3 rounds clearly for Clay Guida. He just had the more power punches If you guys look at the UFC stats on this side of the screen, then you see that it looks like Clay Guida and Michael Johnson landed similar amount of strikes, but the power punches, there was no competition in my opinion. The control, the takedowns, only 2 takedowns scored by Clay Guida, but he controlled the whole third round on the ground. He just looked so fucking good. To see Clay Guida look this good on the feet against Michael Johnson, who in my opinion is an underrated striker, man, I never expected this fight to go. I thought if Clay Guida was going to win, it was going to be just all going for takedowns, wearing on him, beating the blanket, beating the backpack. Wow, who the fuck thought he was going to win it on the feet too?
Yeah, it's crazy to think too, because I think if his chin was not as good as it was, this fight would have been over very early.
Oh yeah,
like he was hit with some very significant strikes. And
absolutely.
I was surprised myself because I'm like, that's a jab, that's about 3 jabs, that's a hook, and he just kept coming forward, and now he's bouncing. I think
right.
He definitely loves the sport.
1 second, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to what Clay Guida had to say. I'm gonna turn it up. Hopefully, you guys can pick it up if you're not watching at home.
BJ Penn, man. So it wasn't pretty by any means. Michael Johnson is a gamer. The dude hits like a truck. Super athletic. Great takedown defense, man.
Talking about not having a win since BJ Penn. That's a while ago.
We felt great getting hand raised finally.
Still bouncing. Still got energy. I love Clay Guida.
Take a look at it. You heard him early with a straight right that made him start to blink the eye. You had to get some respect with the hand.
Kevin Gastelum tweeting vintage
He hit him with like
Clay
20
Guida.
of those.
And he's right. And wrong at the same time, because this was a reinvented Clay Guida as well. All respect to Mike Johnson, he gives him, because he was game. He was out there. He was ready. Like at over 50 fights for Clay Guida.
Wow.
Clay Guida said he's ready for the next fight, bro. Love to hear it. Call somebody out.
Maybe we can get someone that doesn't have 20 UFC fights. Maybe not a veteran for once. It's been a long time since you but maybe an up-and-comer, if you will. So we're always ready. We'll get right back to the
Clay Guida said he's trying to fight some of these up-and-comers and knock them out too, and make a name, make a little ride for himself, make a little streak for himself. I respect it.
I
Respect
respect
it.
the honesty too.
He looks in great shape. God damn. He looks yoked.
How old is he?
Clay Guida's got to be 37, 38.
Oh wow.
He's been in the fight for like 20 years.
Wow.
Oh, he's 39 years old. Born in 81.
What?
Oh, yeah. That man is almost 40 years old, guys. Looking in
He's
amazing
out there
shape.
choking people out.
Yeah. Out here looking fantastic. Oh, that upcoming UFC 258 card. Look at that, man. Pedro Munoz versus Jimmy Rivera. Fantastic. About Kevin Gastelum coming back off a couple losses against Ian Heinisch. Macy Barber trying to bounce back against Alexa Grasso. Not sure that should be the co-main event. I think Kevin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch, much more deserving for the co-main event, but not going to hate on them. Of course, the original main event was supposed to be Chris Weidman versus Uriah Hall. Chris Weidman catching COVID, though. Bobby Green coming back off a loss against Jim Miller. Cannot wait for that. Anthony Hernandez, Diego Lima, Bilal Muhammad. God damn, this is a hell of a card, even though it's been killed by COVID in a lot of ways. They try to make Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira was having none of it. Said if it's not for a title, I'm not going to be there. But yeah, still a fantastic card. And then, of course, the main event, being Kamaru Usman versus former teammate in Gilbert Burns. Let me get the stats ready for you guys. I'm also going to go ahead and refill my cup. Don't judge me. If you are judging me, mind your business.
How many others are on the card? So
There are 2 more fights. We are coming on the co-main event. Corey, the Sandman Sandhagen, against Frankie Edgar, the Jersey native, like myself.
great card,
Jersey
man.
in the building. Hasn't this card been fantastic?
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on now. These little UFC on ESPN cards, y'all be sleeping, man. Y'all be sleeping. My views tonight are nowhere near what they were for the counter fight, but the entertainment level for this card is just as high. Need you guys to stop being goddamn casuals. Be hardcores. Throw away your Saturday night like me. be degenerate, and watch people kick the fuck out of each other for a living. You understand what I'm saying?
Stay tuned, stay tuned.
Oh, say that. Because they would not know to stay tuned if you did not tell them to stay tuned. You understand what I'm saying? What would you guys do without us? Come on, man.
Come on now. I'm very impressed with the fighters tonight, though. It's great.
Absolutely. What a fucking card. We're going to go ahead, guys, because you know they're going to do all the talking. We're going to go ahead and dig into the past few fights of Corey, the Sandman Sandhagen, and Frankie, the Answer Edgar, in about 2 minutes. Again, your boy needs a refill. Give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. Simon, talk to the people.
Man, what y'all think about that fight, man? Y'all done seen somebody get punched in the face again? Ooh, just like last time. What's the name? I think what is crazy is that everyone tonight really looks like they have something to prove. I'm not gonna lie. You know, because usually I watch, certain UFC fights and, it's pretty much like, fun. It looks like part of just them wanting to, go out there and fight. But these recent fights, like, everyone is really trying to prove something. Were there any titles in those fights?
No title fights.
I think just with the amount of people that would be watching this card, they're definitely just taking advantage of the audience. Oh yeah, he looks ready. Them UFC hoodies go hard.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you put on a UFC hoodie, you instantly know how to fight.
What up, players? Guys, I'm going to start jumping into the history of Frankie Edgar first. Because, one, like I said, my man, the Jersey native, Jersey stand up. We are out here. Just in case you guys are wondering, Jersey born. But right now, Philly living. But I will never forget the roots. You understand what I'm saying? Frankie Edgar, one of my favorite fighters of all time. And he has been for a long time. I'm not hopping on the bandwagon. But Solomon, again, I'm going to run through this fast, guys. And then I'm going to get to the chat a little bit before this fight. But man, there is few people in UFC history more impressive than Frankie the Answer Edgar. Guys, I am not about to oversell this, but I need you to fucking listen to me right now. We're talking about a man who is the champion at 155 pounds. He's now fighting at 135. To be a champion at 20 pounds heavier than where you're fighting right now shows just how undersized you were at that weight class and still beating the best of the best of the best for years and taking that title from a game BJ Penn, not once, but then proved it again in the rematch and won even more decisively. Went from there to move down to 145 and put a bunch of win streaks together and to not make it to the championship, well, not to be able to get over the hurdle and win the championship because he ran into the buzzsaw that was Jose Aldo, the best 145er ever. But he has top 5 wins in 145 pounds, multiple of them, I will say. In 145 pounds, one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC. Again, he was the champion in 155, and tonight he gets to make history. And as far as I know of, the first man in history to have top 5 wins in 3 fucking weight classes. Not just 3 weight classes, but 3 of the fucking top weight classes in the UFC. I'm talking about 135, 145, and 155. He's fighting Corey Sandhagen, Corey the Sandman Sandhagen, one of the most vicious, one of the most well-rounded, really kind of spearheading the upcoming new class in MMA. Corey Sandhagen has lights out grappling. Corey Sandhagen has some crazy ass spinning techniques, some crazy ass kicks that you would not expect. Yes, he fell off the wagon a little bit against Aljamain Sterling, my man, New York stand up, who had a crazy win over him, but he bounced right the fuck back against, in my opinion, the most dangerous striker at 135 in Marlon Moraes. That man is dangerous, and Corey Sandhagen, in my opinion, his only way to victory was through grappling. Well, I need to shut the fuck up and put the mic down, because he ended him in the second round, Solomon. God damn, I did not expect that. Wins over Rafael Sunsao. Wins over John Lineker. Batista. Alcantara. Come on, man. Corey Sandman Sandhagen hasn't been in the game a long time, but he has been fucking lights out at 5'11 and 135. Fucking ridiculous. He is 5 inches taller, but only a 2-inch reach advantage. He is very well rounded. Frankie Edgar has fought the best of the best. His last fight at 135, his first fight at 135 against Pedro Munoz, in which he looked fantastic for all 5 rounds. Before that, He did suffer a loss to Chan Sung Jung, the Korean Zombie, who should not have fought, in my opinion. He should not have made that change. He was preparing for 135 and flipped the script to a Korean Zombie who he did not respect. A loss to Max Holloway, nothing to shy away from, but boom, beat Cub Swanson. Beat Yair Rodriguez, which if you guys don't remember, that Yair Rodriguez we thought was the next big thing, was the next guy in that division. Beat Jeremy Stevens, one of the most dangerous boxers to ever fight in 145. I'm talking about power punchers, not just crisp boxing. Definitely not the best hands at all, but one of the most dangerous punchers to ever fight in that division. Really good fights against Jose Aldo. Never looked like he was going to win, but very good showings. Win over Chad Mendez, who was perennially number 1, 2, 3 in 145 division. Another win over Swanson. Wins over BJ Penn. 3 wins over BJ Penn. Win over Charles Oliveira. We're just talking about Charles Oliveira for a title fight this year in the 155-pound division, the most stacked division. And Frankie Edgar has a win over him. Frankie Edgar has beat the who's who. He's fought the who's who. He's looked great against everyone. It's very rare you just see him outclassed. Guys, if you can't tell, I am fucking excited for this matchup. We are seeing maybe the pass of a torch from Frankie Edgar to Sandhagen, or we're watching the next great run of one of the greatest fighters to ever grace the octagon.
And it's crazy because he's fought since 2013. I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is...
No.
Oh.
Don't get it twisted. That man fought well before fucking... Yeah, it keeps going, Solomon. It keeps going, Solomon. The record keeps going, bro.
Like
Look,
that.
yeah. 2010 is when he won the championship, brother. Let's talk about that. Longevity. Here we go, round 1, guys, of Frankie Edgar, Corey Sandhagen, your co-main event. If you ain't hype, you in the wrong channel.
Why do I feel like I've seen this tall dude before? Oh,
Oh my God! Corey Sandhagen ends it with a knee as I'm just casting out Frankie Edgar. And Corey Sandhagen lands the knee that puts him to sleep in 1 round. What just happened?
He said, "No, keeps going." Hold his knee. Why were you talking? You jinxed him, bro. You just jinxed him. Oh my gosh. You just watch him get mink, man. I watched him go to sleep.
Guys, flying knee. Just, I don't even know what to say. Frankie Edgar winding up the right hand. Frankie Edgar lights out boxing, great striker. But before he even throws the right, Corey could see it from a mile away. And he knew it landed hard. He just looked back and knew there was nothing. Look at that, guys. Oh my fucking God. The accuracy, as I'm just talking about, how he surprised us with his striking against Marlon Moraes. He put Frankie Edgar to sleep, which only one other man has ever done, being Brian Ortega. I'm sorry, 2 men, Brian Ortega and the Korean Zombie. Holy shit. Oh my God,
He
guys.
has to feel like literally Kratos.
Corey
right
Sandhagen knew exactly what the fuck Frankie Edgar was going to do. And just threw a flying knee right down the middle. Walk off indeed, my friend. Walk off indeed. Holy shit. What's the last time I watched the UFC before the Conor card? Oh, last time I watched all the cards, bro. I watched all the cards. And that was BJ when BJ was BJ. Exactly, brother, exactly. That was the real BJ. Classic vet versus new school matchup. I was excited for it about 2 seconds ago. I was very excited. Holy shit, man. Walk-off knockout doesn't begin to this. Guys, holy shit. I need to see that replay 10 more times. God damn. What a finish, man. Cheers to Corey Sandhagen for that one.
I'm acting like I'm drinking. Oh, I got water.
Jeez. That's spicy water. Yo.
I just watch a Power Ranger right now.
I have to hear this interview. Guys, before this fight, I got myself to here. Right here. I could not be more excited about how Frankie Edgar was going to look against Corey Sandhagen. Yikes.
Look at his face.
Never in my life would I have guessed that's what the fuck is about to happen.
Oh, he's sick. He don't even know what happened. He's like,
Oh, he wants to know when's the last time you watched UFC before the Conor fight.
How that time we were in the room, you were showing me those fighters. I've actually been watching the bare knuckle. That's why I knew what you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you guys look at, they have something called Street Beefs. They have that, but yeah, sometimes I want to watch it, but I feel like my brother knows so much about MMA that when I come over, it's just worth more than me watching stuff and then not really have any, you know what I'm saying, picture on what it is. Because then I see and look back on it, I'm like, that's who that was?
Right.
Bruh. So the answer to that would be who was not. It was remember the fight where we watched, we were just talking about where dude was sitting there and he was doing this.
Yoel versus Izzy?
Yeah.
That can't be the last one.
No, I'm saying after that. You remember when
Israel Adesanya versus Costa.
I think
Costa.
so.
Yeah. That was definitely the last card. Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. Holy shit, guys! I cannot wait to hear what Corey Sandhagen has to say in his interview as he laces up his Nikes, bro.
Bro, he said that's why he was bouncing up. He says, "I'm gonna try to knee him in the face."
Yo, that was guys.
Mazadov has made children, bro. He has children now.
Oh, God, yo, but like Masvidal, he ran it like okay. So for both of them, for the Masvidal knee and the Sandhagen knee, they both knew where that person was going to be and put the knee there. This wasn't blind run across the cage. A la that Japanese guy that got knocked the fuck out by Rich Franklin back in the day. Just ran out as soon as the bell run, missed the flying knee, and Rich Franklin just pushed him against the cage and knocked him the fuck out. This was, I'm looking and see exactly what you're going to do, where you're going to do it at, and throw that knee. Guys, I'm going to turn it up. Listen to what Sandhagen has to say, because I know I want to fucking listen. Said he wanted to show off his wrestling, but he wasn't able to.
28 seconds, you backed up in the timing. The knee, that was unbelievable.
Oh my, what an amazing strike.
That was really insane.
As soon
You've
as
seen
Frankie
a neck
stopped.
turn.
I don't want to watch that happen to him, but better him than me, so that's it anyway.
Corey said he doesn't want to watch it, but better him than me. I feel that.
That rhymes with knee. Yo, I just don't understand how you have a normal conversation after kneeing someone.
To go and do today tomorrow to rise and not Frankie Edgar, you have to feel like you're putting together the resume that deserves a title shot. I'm a different monster than I was before I caught Aljamain Sterling.
Corey Sandhagen said he is different than who he was against Sterling.
TJ after that fight, that's if he even wins that fight. And, that's garbage to me. Fight me. I'm the toughest guy next to Aljamain. And if Aljamain wins, I owe him a nap, and he's going to get that nap. The winner of those two
Oh.
by me in July.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I just got chills from that call out.
I owe him a nap.
Sandhagen is good. What a fantastic performance tonight, my friend. Good job. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen.
All class from Corey Sandhagen. But that man doesn't look like he's joking. He's not saying that shit because he wants to have,
no,
have
he's
a good
dead
soundbite.
serious.
He's definitely serious. As serious as his knee was as connecting to Frankie Edgar's jaw. No disrespect to Frankie Edgar, R.I.P.
Clack.
But man,
You just
Corey
hyped him
Sandhagen says if Jan wins, Jan's talking about fighting TJ, which everybody's talking about fighting TJ, because that is the name of the division. He's coming back off a 2-year suspension for taking steroids, EPO against Henry Cejudo. Still losing that fight and getting knocked out. We watched that fight together. Still getting knocked out within a minute, but he was on EPO. He is coming back off, but he was the champion of 135 before he left. He did not lose that belt. So Jan saying when TJ comes back, he would give him an immediate title shot if he wins against Sterling. Sterling saying, fuck that. I'm the guy. I'm the most dangerous man in the division outside of Sterling. And if Sterling wins, he said he owes Sterling a nap. Usually I'd say, Sandhagen, chill out. You just got choked the fuck out by Sterling not more than a year ago.
Right.
But this, Corey Sandhagen, who's just knocked out 2 really good strikers, one, a vicious striker in Marlon Moraes, and 2, the second, a crisp and clean boxer and grinding wrestler in Frankie Edgar. To time that shot like he just timed it, I believe that he has a lot of naps for a lot of people in this division for a long time coming. Guys, Corey Sandhagen, how old is Corey Sandhagen?
too. You know, that's
Y'all should be
great.
fucking fearful. UFC 135-pound division. Of course you're not, because you're all fucking beast and you're all fucking amazing. But goddamn, Corey Sandhagen is coming for your consciousness, and he's gonna take it from most of y'all.
I'm coming for your consciousness. Yo.
Corey Sandhagen, a 90s baby, only 28 years old. You should be
Wow.
fucking fearful because he's just coming in to his physical prime.
That's ridiculous. I mean, yeah, that's a good way to be taken
Title
serious.
shot super necessary. Preach, brother, preach. That man, yeah, he needs to just sit and wait for the title shot. They just showed when Sterling versus Jan is, but I missed it. So let me look up the date of that Corey Sandhagen. March 6th. That is exactly a month from now. So yeah, fight week. Fight week in July. That'd be perfect for the winner of Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling. I was thinking that winner of the fight was probably going to fight TJ, but after Corey Sandhagen just got this win, fuck that fight. And no disrespect, but fuck TJ Dillashaw. He was a champion. He deserves, again, guys, quote unquote, deserves. Multiple 8 people could deserve a title shot at the same time. There's no rule against that, right?
Right.
But Corey Sandhagen needs to be the next person after this. TJ Dillashaw does not, in my opinion, get this over Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen took an L and retooled himself into a fucking different fighter. An amazing fighter. A finisher against vets, against animals, against savages. They don't get tougher than Marlon Moraes and Frankie Edgar. Guys, Corey Sandhagen, as my man here said on YouTube, again, I offer you this. That's not me offering you nothing. That's my man's name. Title fight, super fucking necessary. Preach, brother, preach. Talk that shit. This
Just a look in his
spitting.
face. Yo,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, bro.
Guys, let me get the stats ready for the next fight. The main event, Volkov versus Overeem. I don't know if you guys could tell. Salman, I don't know if you knew this. I'm fucking excited.
I'm not gonna
Let's
lie,
go.
like, anything can happen. It's 2021, bro. We just seen somebody get kneed in their face, bro. Mayweather out here fighting Logan Paul, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones came back. Anything can happen, bro.
There is a reason why I do not train MMA, and that is because punch in the face, I'm cool with getting punched in the face. I done put the gloves on and box people before. I done
Yeah.
been in the street fights. It's whatever. It is what it is. I don't mind a punch in the
I
face.
said the same.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Yo, because it's the kicks, bro.
The kicks, it's the kicks, the knees, and the elbows. I don't want that
Look,
shit.
Even if I had to
I'm
deal with
good.
that, I don't like the fact that, like, okay, if I'm boxing, I have fun, I might get a little bruised. If I lose an MMA fight and I put my all into it, they might snap my legs and break arteries.
They might take something home with them that you will never have right again.
And it's
in
like
your life.
real life. You think, oh, you'll heal, like, you know, you watch Wolverine, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, bro, you're getting kneed in the face. You're gonna pick up milk different. You don't know why it looks like that, bro.
Not the milk. You gotta bring the milk home, baby. You know what I mean?
I tell you that in the checks, it's another thing that gets me too. Like UFC fighters, in my
Wait, hold
opinion.
up.
Is that Eminem?
What is happening? They just said, guys, I'm sorry. They showed an interview with Eminem and Dana White. Eminem saying he has a fight coming. I am very confused. Okay, so this is fake, obviously. Okay. I was so lost, yo. I was so lost. I was like, why is Eminem on Sports Center with Dana White? Guys, I don't know if you're watching on ESPN Plus, but that was the most confusing fight. I don't know if this is a commercial. I don't know what the fuck's going on right
Is
now.
it a music video?
But for a minute, I thought Eminem. Is it a music video? It is a music video, Simon.
Okay, because I'm like, at first I'm like
That's why I
I'm
need
like,
somebody young with me. Because I'm like, what is this? You fucking haberdashery over here. You know what I mean?
I just can't because I was looked up. I'm like, hold on, like this. You know that movie that actually got PlayStation in trouble that had Eminem on it? They were talking about Korea and everything like that. Interview. It was called You remember because PlayStation they had got hacked because it was a movie making fun of Kim Jong Un, and it had the two comedians.
Okay, yeah. That was with James Franco.
Yeah, and they had Eminem in it. I thought that was what that was. And I was like, oh, this is still UFC.
Yes, Seth Rogen. Yeah, the interview.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's why they wear pads in training. The kicks in camp are brutal. That being said, TJ literally took a guy's career for kneeing him in the head during training. Yeah, I heard those stories about TJ going too hard in training. And the young man, I can't remember who's now just coaching over there at Elevation. It's not Elevation, but at Faber's camp. And now he's just a coach. But yeah, literally ended his career with just going too hard in training. Kicks, knees, elbows. I'm not about that, man. I'm not going to lie. Dude, Eminem has a song from like 7 years ago where he rapped about Anderson Silva's leg getting cracked against Weidman. Bro, he's been in the UFC for a while. Brother, that kick from Weidman and Anderson Silva. When Anderson Silva threw that leg kick and Chris Weidman checked the leg kick and all you saw was Anderson Silva's leg wrap around Chris Weidman's leg, oh man, literally almost got sick to my stomach. I'd rather see someone get punched in the face 18 times unconscious than seeing their leg snap via a leg kick around someone else's leg. It was just vicious, man. And I see him fall in pain. Anderson Silva at that time was my favorite fucking fighter in UFC, was my goddamn hero. Seeing Chris Weidman knock him out was one thing. Seeing his leg shatter around his leg, I couldn't take it. It was just fucking another level.
Like, okay, even if you had to take that, your whole life is set up different now. You're gonna run and then you have
let me know
injuries.
the name of the song. Yep.
No, bro.
I will definitely listen to that. But yeah, man, his leg cracking like that, I was just like, I saw it, and in my head, I'm just like, the first knockout from Chris Weidman, I'm like, this ain't the end. He wasn't taking him serious. He played around. Okay, he plays around with everybody. He's bound to catch up to him. He about to fuck Chris Weidman up next fight. Just kept getting hurt. The leg kick ended it from his leg breaking, but it looked like he was on his way and getting knocked the fuck out again, honestly. And I knew Anderson Silva was never going to be the same again, and he has not, which hurts me, because Anderson Silva, in my opinion, the greatest to ever do it. Some people say GSP. The other arguments is John Jones. You won't get any argument from me against any of those. You know what I mean? I get it. I feel like if you choose any of those three, you're right. I'm right because I chose Anderson Silva. He went up and down weight classes, fighting just for fun fights, fighting the best of the best. And if there wasn't anybody who was next up, then he was like, fuck it, I'll go to the other weight class and beat them big motherfuckers, and he did. Do you guys remember Forrest Griffin? Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin was the most disrespectful fight I've ever seen in my life. When I say disrespectful, I mean you had someone who was a former champion in Forrest Griffin, and Anderson Silva made him look like a child. He kept hitting him on the outside, kept dodging. He literally had his hands down at his waist, just all head movement, all fucking around, not getting hit, laughing at him, pointing at him, and then bang, 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 bang. Eventually, Forrest Griffin said, fuck this, I'll bite down on the mouthpiece, and I'm just going to come swinging. Anderson Silva said, wrong fucking choice, backed up, kept backing up straight, just head back. You see Forrest Griffin miss 1, miss 2, miss 3. Anderson Silva was like, enough, bang. And Forrest Griffin just went falling. Bang, as he fell, bang again. Didn't want anymore. Literally just waved it off. One of the nuttiest things I ever fucking seen. Cause I thought Forrest Griffin, I still think Forrest Griffin, one of the toughest son of a bitches you'll ever see in the octagon. But he did not want any more of what the fuck Anderson Silva was doing.
Whatever is going on, bro, just whatever. He's got me figured out.
You're talking about a man who took the championship from Rampage Jackson. As they're showing highlights of Overeem. Overeem is a man who will not go away. He's been fighting.
I get on UFC 3 just to beat him up all the time. He'd be the first CPU I choose every time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Send that link. I will definitely play that right now. I'm not sure if you sent it, but it's not showing in the chat. I know the chat sometimes fucks up links. It won't let it send. Put like a space somewhere in between like the .com or something like that, and I'll be able to get it. I'll copy, paste it, edit it, and I will play that. Overeem, let's look at Ulster Overeem's career while we are waiting for that. But when I say that man's been around forever, guys, you about to hear some shit.
He's 6'4"?
He came into the UFC in 2011, and he's 40 years old, born in 1980, 6'4", I think an 82-inch reach. Guys, he came into the UFC in 2011. That's not when he started his career, though, because remember, he is a Pride champion. He is one of, if not the only guy to be a Pride champion, Strikeforce champion, and a K1 kickboxing champion.
Oh, that's who this is? This is the last fight I've seen.
Who that?
This dude, the dude that Overeem's fighting.
Oh, Volkov?
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's see when he started his career. Early MMA career, 2002, guys.
What?
2002. We're talking about almost 20 years in the sport, and this man is on a goddamn win streak. This man is making a case for a title shot. He is 40 years old. No matter how many times he falls on down times, no matter how many times we think he's done, no matter how many times I say, Overeem, it's time for you to go, he reinvents himself and becomes just a new fucking fighter. It is amazing. It is respectable. This man at 40 years old is number 5 in the heavyweight division. Of course, not the deepest division in the UFC, but come on. He is a goddamn athlete. He is a goddamn savage. He is a goddamn savant. He is a goddamn pioneer of the sport, and he's still out here doing it well.
Man, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know he's been fighting.
Yeah, the link is not coming through, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. But, guys, follow me on Instagram at MikeJesseMMA. Feel free to send me anything, including links to Mike Jesse MMA, and I will be sure to get to it. The best way to keep up to date on what I'm doing is follow me on Instagram at Mike Jesse MMA. If you are watching on Facebook or Twitch, I highly suggest you switch over to YouTube at Mike Jesse MMA. That is where the chat usually is popping off. That is usually where I get the most views, the conversations, etc., etc. This is a smaller card, but guys, has this not been fucking fantastic? Are you not fucking excited? Alexander Volkov, Ulster Overeem, main event, UFC ESPN Fight Night. Let's fucking go, baby.
Testosterone!
Yeah. If you ain't hype, you on the wrong channel. You understand?
I'd rather see people punch each other in the face.
Which seems to be Solomon's favorite.
Yeah, man, I mean.
Guys, he came into the UFC in 2011, and he defeated another one of my goddamn heroes in Brock Lesnar. I thought Brock Lesnar was going to bounce back after getting his ass wrecked. No pause by the mother.
Literally, my head was like, oh.
I thought he was going to bounce back after that loss. Goddamn, what is DC's teammate name? I cannot believe I am forgetting this man's name. Hold on, guys. Of course, you know I am 3 cups deep. Don't judge me.
Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. The walkouts, man.
He came in and destroyed Brock Lesnar via knees to the body. Guys, it was after Brock Lesnar dealt with diverticulitis, which is the inflammation of your intestines. Inflation of your intestines. He got like literally a lot of his intestines removed because of how inflamed and because of the diverticulitis that took him out of that, right? So then he comes back, and
why would he come?
What does Alistair Overeem do, Solomon? Kick him in his stomach and knee him in his stomach. Just kept kneeing, Muay Thai clinch, kneeing. Cain Velasquez is the name I'm forgetting. I should be embarrassed. I know. I apologize, guys. Shit happens. Brain fart, right? Keeps kneeing Brock Lesnar in the body. Just keeps the Muay Thai clinch, kneeing him in the body. Destroyed Brock Lesnar. Destroyed him. And from there, just went on some really good runs. He did come against some buzzsaws. He does have some really bad losses, some knockouts. But overall, Overeem, since coming into UFC, has been a mainstay and has some great wins. Let's go through them. Coming off a win off Sakai. Also a win over Harris. Harris looked good early, but Overeem able to win late. Overeem versus Rosenstruck. Overeem was whipping Rosenstruck's ass. for 4.5 rounds. And then, 4 3/4 rounds. And then in those last 4 seconds, Rosenstruck just lands a vicious uppercut and knocks Overeem the fuck out. Overeem was winning that fight. A KO win over Olnick, who's not easy to put out. KO win over Povich. But again, a KO loss from Blades. A KO loss. And talking about uppercuts, guys, if you want to see an uppercut, look up Overeem versus Francis Ngannou. That is even a very vicious gif. If you look at the gif, it's crazy. The snap of Overeem's neck when he got hit by this uppercut, and Ngannou looked like he died. Split his whole face, and it was just ridiculous. But before that, beat Verdum, beat Mark Hunt. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? He might get knocked out, but then he has really good wins. He lost against Stipe Miocic. Before that, win over Arlovski, win over Dos Santos, win over Roy Nelson, win over Stefan Struve. Before that, a loss from Rothwell. So you guys get the point. I'm not going to go all the way back to 2011. I'm not going to go back and do his strike 4 days. I'm not going to go back into Pride. I'm not going to go back into K1. But you get it. He wins 3 or 4, loses 1 or 2. Wins 3 or 4, loses 1 or 2. Which some people will call people like that a gatekeeper. If you want to be great, you got to beat that guy because he's only loses to the best. But he reinvents himself so often, is new and improved every single time that I won't give him that moniker. He just hasn't won the big ones in the UFC. But every other promotion, he's been a champion. And he keeps adding tools. He keeps getting better, which should terrify everybody because look at him. He looks like a fucking tank. He's very strong, 80 inches reach. He has a 3-inch height disadvantage, but still the same reach as his opponent in Volkov. Volkov, of course, best, in my opinion, known for his loss against the Black Beast Derek Lewis, who he was beating for 5 rounds, and like Overeem, got knocked out in that last round by a really, really good strike from the Black Beast. But his last win over Walt Harris, 2nd round KO. Loss from Curtis Blades, but a win over Dan Hardy. A win over Curtis Blades is nothing to be embarrassed about. 3rd round loss in the last 12 seconds against Lewis, but he was winning that. Win over Verdum. Win over Struve. Very similar opponents. A lot of win over Roy Nelson. These guys have almost identical recent opponents and beat the same guys. I can't wait to see how they match up against each other. Says a lot about their future. Overeem is probably 2 fights away from a title if he wins this. Only 2 fights away because the heavyweight division is a little top heavy right now in the sense of Miocic is going to fight Francis Ngannou next. No questions asked. Francis Ngannou needs to fight for a title last month. So he's definitely going to fight for the title next. After that, you have John Jones waiting. He's going to get an instant title shot because he's John Jones. After that, you have Curtis Blades waiting, who has earned a title shot as well. So the winner of that is right behind them. Depending on who wins, you got to call out Curtis Blades so you can kind of make that list shorter and try to just be the next one in line. Once Francis and Stipe gets over, once John Jones gets his title shot, etc. But this is a very important fight for the next guy up. You got to win this if you think you have any hopes of a title. Overeem said this is his last chance at a run for a title shot, and I agree with him. He needs this. 47-18. This guy has fought over 60 times, guys. Let's all pay some fucking respect to the career, in all seriousness, of Alistair Overeem. Holy shit. Can you imagine stepping into the ring, stepping to the octagon, stepping into a cage 60 fucking times
Slamming
against
niggas
monsters?
for like 20 years.
Come on. And we're not counting his K1 boxing. So we're talking about a vet of probably over 80 professional combat sports bouts in the last 25 years. Holy shit, that's scary. Look at these giants.
6'7"?
6'7" versus 6'4".
I'm going to beat her soon.
Remus fought everyone. Preach, brother, preach. Cain Velasquez, yes, bro. I wish I would have saw your thing and I would have not wasted an extra 5 minutes looking up shit that I should know. Cain Velasquez was the name. Guys, I'm embarrassed as well. Sorry. Caterpillar Royce 5'9". Feed Eminem, give a listen after this fight. Will do. Oh, Royce the 5'9". Yeah, Royce the 5'9" is my guy.
What is going on? Why?
Volkov just piling into Overeem.
Overeem looks very submissive, like immediately.
Only 15 seconds in, but as Solomon just stated, Overeem looking a little timid. He does come out slow lately, but you can't let Volkov get going.
Because I feel like he was like, you're allowing me to
Versus
punch
at
on you?
245. As soon as the fight ends, brother, before I go offline, I promise you, you've been here from fucking top to bottom. I appreciate you. I will 100% play that right after this. 17 wins by submission. Yeah, fucking amazing. Overeem's won any way you can fucking imagine. His career, guys, I can't.
17 submission wins?
Yeah,
Is that what they're
I'm
saying?
just a lover of this fucking sports, guys. I respect all aspects of it. Overeem is a man that you should fucking bow down to when it comes to MMA. Real talk, stay tuned.
Tip your hat.
I'm going to get these stats right for y'all, and then I'm going to get these play-by-play going. Y'all know I get excited. Y'all can't be getting me this hype. Then I'm not doing my job. You know, then y'all talking about, oh, where do you know? And Mike Jesse MMA fucking up. A little bit, but it's y'all fault. You know what I mean?
We was binge watching Clash of Titans, man, so I'm out here waiting for somebody to die, and I'm like,
Overeem just misses that right hand. Oh, that left hook landing great. He switches southpaw and do the left hand over the lead hand. I need to get these stats together so I can fucking watch this fight.
It's so awkward because it's like, we both know we can sleep each other, right?
Oh, 100%. But if there's going to be a nod for power, it's definitely to Overeem. If there's a nod for speed, it's definitely to Volkov. Love the matchup. Also, Overeem, Volkov has to be careful with that Muay Thai clinch, the double over on the neck, bringing it down because his knees are fucking amazing. His elbows in that Muay Thai clinch, fucking amazing. Watch that as we watch this bout. Halfway, just about through the first round of 5 for the main event, Volkov versus Overeem. If you are joining me, don't forget to thumbs up. Follow me on all major platforms. That is Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, etc., etc., etc. Mike Jesse MMA. And join me for every card that I will be live for. Any UFC card, I'm pretty much going to be here unless it's garbage. Any major fight event, as long as there's not multiple big events that weekend. I didn't do BKFC just because it's hard to commit 2 nights straight to my weekend. To be honest with you guys, I'm here for free. Let's be honest. To do 2 nights straight for do live for multiple hours, it's hard on the voice. It's hard to keep going for that long, keep the enthusiasm. So I did not do last night, but I regret it. I should have. BKFC was lights the fuck out. An amazing card. I regret not going live, but I will be here more and more and more in 2021 as we ramp it up. Guys, are you fucking excited yet? I know I am. Let's go. Both guys throwing a plethora of different strikes. You see some leg kicks. You see the hooks. You see the straight jabs. You see the crosses. You see the stance switches. As Overeem tries to blitz in with a cross, but eats one for it and pays for it. He's now on the ground, covering up. He needs to get up. He needs to create separation. He doesn't want to have his back against the cage just eating these strikes.
It's very submissive. He needs to kick up.
Oh, nice jab from Volkov. Volkov definitely landing the better of the exchanges. Volkov in the blue, so if you look on the, on this side with the stats, the blue would be Volkov, the red is Overeem. Overeem looks hurt. He's hurt, guys. He's just backing up.
I haven't seen a slam in forever.
As he retakes the center of the octagon, takes a nice kick to the body, though, from Volkov. Nice jab from Volkov. Oh, you see Overeem throwing that left hand to lead? So he is southpaw. He's throwing the power hand to lead. And when, like I talked about earlier, Solomon, when he comes off of that punch, he's not bringing it back. He's landing on his left foot. So he's throwing everything into it. He's throwing his whole body, his whole left side of the body into it and landing. So now he's southpaw. Now, I would like to see him counter from that, though. Now that you're left to lead, throw it as a jab and then come with the right and then end on your southpaw again. You know what I mean? Do it again. Throw your whole body into it again. But create those stance switches and opportunities to hit from different angles. Oh, what a right hand. Oh, multiple right hands from Volkov. He's piecing Overeem the fuck up. Guys, this is not what I expected to see from Overeem.
His blocking isn't as good as I thought it would be. Like, his hands are there, but I think he,
He's keeping them in the same place. Overeem, guys, so I'm going to put my head away, so if you can't hear me, I apologize. Overeem is blocking like this, right? He's keeping it very stationary, very high, which is good because you're fighting a longer guy, so if he's throwing in kicks, he's prepared for both sides. But the problem with that is he's not repositioning it. He's not moving. There's no head movement. So it's okay to have both hands up, But if my hands are here, okay, cool. Outside punches you can stop. But if you just saw Volkov, he's piecing him up. Left hand into the blocking arm, and then right hand down the middle. Left hand to the block. He wasn't even throwing the left hand. Those last few strikes, he wasn't even throwing anything behind the jab. Just touch, boom, touch, boom, touch, boom. You're gonna keep blocking in the same spot. You're gonna keep your head on the same center line, and I'm gonna keep putting this in the same fucking place in the middle of your head. And he's letting him. You can't, guys, blocking high, I'm fine with it. I'm cool. Traditional boxing, guard, I'm cool with it, no problem. Yeah, keep your hands up. But if your head stays on the center line while you're doing it, you are still a sitting target. And some guys, even veterans with 80 fucking professional fights, they just don't always think about that, man.
Yeah.
You saw it. He wouldn't have kept eating those. He was thinking, I need to keep my head moving. He's hurt. He's tired. He's feeling it. He's
Gotta
feeling
get
the
away
pressure.
from what's familiar and, kind of adapt to the situation.
Reem always has had an arrogant defense. Arrogant is the name that's been given to Overeem for the last 10, 15 years. Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, he looks very
Oh,
worried.
nice jazz from Volkov. Volkov is working the 1-2. The jab cross so fucking well. It is beautiful. The cross is my favorite punch in the combat sports, guys. Just a heads up. So I am a little biased, but that cross is lights out. As Overeem keeps trying to work that lead overhand with the power hand, but you can't lead with that cross, with that overhand power left unless you are throwing something behind it for the right or you're just there for fodder. So he's throwing the 4, which is the power hook. He's then landing and switching in southpaw stance, but he's doing nothing with it. So now I'm not even sure if he's doing it on fucking purpose, honestly. Switches stance there and has that teep kick, that knee, where he puts the heel into the knee of Volkov. I hate that strike, my least favorite strike in MMA, because I really think it's going to end someone's career one day. You're putting your heel, which is a immense amount of pressure from a 265-pound man, and you're pushing that into someone's knee, pressing it the other way.
I don't think it should be legal.
It's devastating. People's knees have been messed up. I think someone's career is going to get ended. Oh, he lands the jab and the hook following it. He has Overeem hurt. Has him against the cage. Unloading. Let's see if Volkov's going to put it all to finish. Overeem just fucking vicious. Walking forward, all heart. My man Ryan said Reem always arrogant, and I agree. Like I said, the last decade plus, Overeem has been arrogant as fuck. That was to his detriment early on in his UFC career. He thought he could run through everybody and figured out the game has evolved, and he had to evolve with it. I do like the new Overeem, but yeah, he's just not respecting the power of Volkov, and he's eating it. His face is cut up. He is concussed. Oh, it's over. It's over. God damn. We're just talking about him not moving his head and eating those cross.
He didn't even
bam,
rush him.
1-2. Volkov just fucking puts his lights out, guys. Holy shit. Overeem making the last run towards a UFC championship, and those dreams have just been ended. 20 years of roids coming to the end. My man Ted, you're not lying. I don't have we can get into the discussion of steroids in sports, but the fact of the matter is, Overeem, if you look at Overeem in Pride when he started out at light heavyweight, he started out at 205, if you can believe it. Totally different body type, totally different person. And then all of a sudden, he got on the juice and became the tank that you see in front of us. So yes, 20 years of roids has ended. Very disappointing showing for Reem. He looked timid from the get-go. We talked about it. He was eating these shots, no head movement, no tenacity, as we've been talking about all night. This has been a card where it's not always come down to toughness, guys. We're talking about guys and women who get paid to get punched in the face for a living in a cage in front of hundreds of thousands of people at a time. So these people, tough as nails. None of them are scared, right? But tenacity is something different than bravery, guys. It's something different than what the bravery you need to step in a cage, the tenacity you need to go after it, to say, it's me, you in a cage, and there's a sandwich, and I'm going home full, motherfucker.
It's my sandwich.
That's different. It's different. It's me and you in a scrap, and I'm going to take that. Even if I have a fur coat on, I want that little scrap of cloth as well. We're seeing different in tenacity with these fighters, and we saw it within 10 seconds of this fight, Solomon.
I just thought it was very, crazy to see him put him down, and then he even looked at him like, I know I can do this for you. Then sitting by him, you could tell he did have a high level of respect for him. So you could tell most fighters are aware that Overeem has been in here a long time.
Right.
But he just got outclassed.
Volkov did what every young fighter needs to do. When they fight these guys with historic names, don't respect them. Don't respect them.
Yeah.
Show your respect by not respecting them. Respect them
Yeah.
after. Shake their hand afterwards. But
But
in here, you saw
outskill
Volkov come in, gain the middle of the octagon, and just fucking go at it. My man Ryan said you called it 2 to 3 wins and then drops 1 or 2. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I do try to do my research before and after and during. That's what it is. That's what Overeem has become in the UFC. He goes on a little bit of streak, and he just can't win that one that just would put him over. It's sad. I like Overeem, but man, oh man, he just can't do it. Reem's brain has just taken way too much damage over the years. It looks like it. There's nothing that makes sense why he came out the way he did. Overeem, no one can talk about his skill level. No one can question the skill of Overeem. He's beat the who's who. He's beat people better than the people he's lost to, arguably. To see him end like this, it's just over. It's just over. Ted. Ted says, 2030 interview with Overeem. You had a good career, Overeem. Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's getting to the brain damage that man has been taking, and some of these losses. I agree. I really hope, in all seriousness, guys, we are gonna laugh because we are here for a good fucking time, guys. I had a couple co-promotion things with some old school guys. They don't like the memes that come out afterwards. They don't like the ha-ha-ha's. They don't like the making fun of people after getting knocked out. My argument, these fighters signed contracts on the dotted line to be in a cage in a fucking fist fight against in front of millions of people. If you lose, the scrutiny is going to be there.
Fall victim to the internet.
Yes, I respect you, but yes, what my man Solomon just says, the internet is going to tear you a new one. It just is what it is.
Volkov controls violence.
There is no disrespect, guys. There's no disrespect. I love these fucking fighters. I fucking love them. I wouldn't be here without them. You understand what I'm saying? But Overeem has some fucking, he got sent to hell. There is no which way about it. 2 legends getting KO back to back. Yeah, hate to see it. Hate to see it. And before we go, I promised I offer you this something. So let me go check out that song.
Yeah, bro was here the whole video.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to turn it up real quick, guys, so you can listen to Volkov and what he has to say. And then stick with me. We're going to talk a few minutes after.
With my jab, with my striking, with everything, and I also worked a lot with the wrestling, but I feel good on stand-up. I feel that I can finish him. Maybe a second or third round.
He said he knew he could finish him.
He has a lot of cuts and bloods on face, and I'm just I'm waiting for a good punch. I did it.
Do you feel like that was the best version that you brought into the UFC octagon to this point?
DC asking if that's the best version of himself he ever brought.
We were more than impressed with what you did tonight.
I work a lot. I'm feeling that now I'm in really good shape, but for sure in future I'm feeling I will better and better. So
Said he feels like he's in good shape and getting better and better. I'd agree.
finish of my shape of my form I will be better, and I'm trying to make a hard camps, working on all my skills that I didn't do before.
Said he's just trying to put all the skills together.
Volkov, you
All
are a
class.
veteran.
All class.
You got to the UFC.
Has to be expected.
This will get you into the top 5. Who do you want to see the next time you step into the octagon?
Call somebody out, brother. Here's the time. Call somebody out.
Man, and you're getting closer and closer to a UFC championship fight. So who do you want to fight next?
For sure, I want to fight for the belt for sure. In this first, but we'll see. We'll have some good fights in the future.
Cheaters, guys.
Anyways, we'll see how it finishes, and we'll see what will be my place. But I surely want to
Salute.
get a title shot.
Alexander Volkov, my man, you did everything right tonight, even this beautiful English interview. You can go and teach English in the United States if you want.
Volkov's English has been coming in very, very far.
Congratulations, enjoy your night. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Volkov.
Wasted his call out. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I can't stand a wasted call out. All right, guys, I'm going to turn this down. And if you have been watching the whole time, first of all, guys, before anybody leaves, I know a lot of people rush out of here after the card is done. Thank you for joining us for UFC ESPN Overeem vs. Volkov live, baby. I will be here for the Usman Gilbert Burns fight. Please be here and join me. Like, subscribe, follow on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, at Mike Jesse MMA. Me and my man, I offer you this. We're talking about that weird-ass promo of Eminem looked like he was about to have a UFC fight. had a Sports Center. Apparently it is off a Royce the 5'9". Shout out to Detroit in the building. Royce the 5'9", Caterpillar, featuring Eminem. Eminem had a verse. I'm going to play that now. Just to figure out where the fuck all that came from. Shout out to all you guys, because without your conversation, without your back and forth, we'd be two guys with a mic talking to our goddamn selves. And who the fuck wants to be that guy? All right? The video might get removed just because we got the Eminem music playing, but goddamn bars. Caterpillar, Royce the 5'9", Eminem. God damn. All right. Shout out to Slaughterhouse, Royce the 5'9", Eminem's group. Oh, he said running back, I got you. I got you, because I'm feeling this shit. Let's go. I'll shut up. I'll let y'all listen before they kick me off YouTube. You were right, brother. That is the bar was tough. Hold on, wait.
That was crazy.
Did y'all hear that? It was a silver line. Hold on. Did y'all hear that? Hold on. Guys, yo, guys, my man, I offer you this. Thank you, brother. I'm about to listen to that song about 6 fucking times a night. Hot fucking fire. God damn. All right, guys, let me get to your chat before you all leave. Clay Guida with all the energy will take over Richard Simone's. Mark my words. Whoo, that is a good comparison. Ricky Simone versus, not versus, but in comparison to Clay Guida, that energy, that movement, that nonstop gas pace, I fucking love that comparison, man. That is really A+ comparison. He is that type of energy guy. And Clay Guida, for his striking to just keep evolving, those head kicks, we haven't seen that from Clay Guida's game. Really excited to see what's next for Clay Guida. Shout out to all the winners tonight. Tom McDonald versus Eminem. I'm with it. UFC 400. Let's get it. Running back. Boom. Guys, I appreciate you. Let me just go through Facebook, Twitch. Thank you for joining me. This is Mike Jesse MMA. Again, guys, subscribe, follow, likes, etc. The more support I get from you guys, the more I'm the fuck out here. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm not going to be the guy talking to himself. But you guys keep the chat up. You guys keep the chatter. You guys keep the follows. You guys keep the subscribes. You guys keep the likes. What the fuck else I'm going to do on a Saturday night? I don't got no goddamn life, Solomon. If you guys didn't notice, it's still a goddamn pandemic. They won't let me out my house. Someone come free me.
Whoa,
we out here.
yeah.
It's Mike Jesse MMA. It's Solomon. Follow him. Solomon, please tell him where to follow you at.
Stay tuned. So now y'all can follow me at Mr. Forever Official. I do post workout videos every now and then just whatever we're feeling. Right now I am in like deep training mode where kind of Vegeta in his time chamber, you know what I'm saying?
Super
Going crazy.
Saiyan.
And when I come to social media, it's gonna get ready. Stay tuned. Definitely support this. Oh God.
Guys, always catch me at Mike Jesse MMA. Solomon will be here whenever the fuck he wants to. Again, I will keep you apprised of his amateur boxing career. Guys, we are out of here for tonight, but I will see you next time. Solomon, please tell them what the fuck to do.
Stay tuned.
Not tonight, though. Next time.
Next time.
I love you guys. Thank